mooch and crap. They talk about games and no drama smack. Search the web for media ties to catch these ponies in their lives. Look out, here comes mooch and crap. Are they bots? Listen up, they have Mountain Dew in their blood. NeoGaf, Xbox Reds, Crap's got Timdog all over it. Hey there, here comes mooch and crap. From a tweet of Phil, Xbox hate will arrive like the Scorpio. Mooch and crap are just in time. Mooch and crap, zany gaming duel mooch and crap. YouTubing is their core, a thumbing is its reward to them. Xbox is one big hangout, whenever there's a game out, you'll find mooch and crap.
And you're listening to Mooch and Crap in the Mornings with Jay. Y'all already know what the fuck to do.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to MNC Mornings. It is glorious to be back. The Mooch is a bit relaxed. He had Friday night off. Definitely kicked back, relaxed, listened to everybody else's podcast for a while. So it was a nice little break. Lot of stuff to cover today, folks. Actually got my desk completely covered in news articles, quotes. Might even have a pop-in surprise later. But let me not go any further without introducing the rest of this shiny sunshine group. Crap Gamer, what's up, buddy? How are you today?
What's going on?
Nobody does that right.
I know, right? It's boo. No. You know what? I'm excited, man. It's going to be a good time. It's good to be back on a Sunday morning because last week, as you know, we did Saturday night. And a lot of people didn't even know we were doing a Saturday night thing. So
right.
They're like, "Where's MNC Mornings?" You know what I mean? So it's good to be back on a Sunday morning. Kicking ass and taking names and all that stuff. Glad to see so many people already in the chat.
Yes.
Xbot, Death Mobile, Noof Nukem, Mel. I see Luca. You guys all rock coming out here early in the morning. Probably a lot of you got done watching that fight last night. And now you're here.
I mean, listen, I didn't catch a fight, but you guys, did you catch a crap?
I caught some of it, man. I was tired as hell.
Yeah, I hear you. What about our buddy J-Dubs? They care up in Canada at all? Okay.
Actually, I didn't even remember the fight was happening last night.
There you go.
Great, right?
I was traveling for 8 hours, man. I was in a car for 8 hours. I got home and I passed out.
It's definitely a gaming podcast, right? Everybody's like, "What fight? What are you talking about? Who
Yeah.
fight?
Who fought? What? There was a fight? Who?
There was
Is
a
everybody
fight?
okay?
Was it Def Jam Bam versus K Mega? What happened? Injustice 2?
Did Def Jam blow a 4-1 lead against Next Gen again?
Oh, that hurts. Between a rock and a hard place there, right?
Yeah.
Bam versus Next Gen. We need a rematch.
Absolutely. So, that's absolutely good news, and I'm glad that we're back, and Jay, you're back, and I know we've got a shit ton of voicemails if you guys want to call in on Skype. MC Space Mornings on Skype. That's the best way to hit us up.
Yes.
Skype lines are open right now. What the hell you got going on in the background, Jay?
That's Mr. Dubs.
That's not my fault. Everyone's tweeting and my notifications are flying through my computer.
I'm like,
There's no mute button for that, folks.
Yeah.
Listen, just a quick promo, guys. Just so you know, next week is the week that we've got a lot of great new things coming to MNC Mornings. So we want to thank everybody for being with us, all 39 of these episodes, and you're going to see some real new production value and some skits change as of next week. So we're very excited about that. We want everyone to know that the change is really on the way.
Yes, like a woman in her 40s, the change is about to happen.
Oh, great. Another great gaming analogy.
That's 50s. That's 50s. Don't
Sorry,
say 40s.
50s.
Don't say 40s.
Sorry. 50s. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, so episode 39, which is what you guys are experiencing right now, is going to be kick-ass. And then next week, there's going to be... It's going to be unbelievable. Like, it's hard to overhype this thing, but... it's going to be it's going to be probably the best show ever in the history of anything. I'm just throwing that out there.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Like we've got new videos, we've got new hardware coming, we've got new capabilities. So the show is just going to the next level for sure.
Jay has gone back to the school of learning.
Yes, Jay.
And he is upped his producer-ness, and we're
He'll
gonna
now
have
be known as Professor Dubs
Professor
to everybody out there.
The Professor
AKA
Dubbies.
The prof. The prof.
Yeah, Professor Dubbies.
Speaking of knockout blows like next week's show crap, how about the knockout blows that are going on right now through the gaming media after all this Rise of the Tomb Raider stuff comes out?
Oh, you know what? It was so funny. I had a lot of good times on social media yesterday. Rarely do I have that much of a good time. I even put out some of my own memes and stuff.
Yes.
I was like, I forget, one of the best ones was, hey, PlayStation 4 owners, if you stand 12 feet back, wear an eye patch, poke yourself in the other eye, and squint, you can't really tell the difference between an Xbox One X version and a PS4 Pro version.
Right.
So that got a lot of retweets and a good rise and stuff. I've been seeing all these great tweets for the last day and a half. And not only that, I usually don't go in comment sections of stuff, but I went to the comment section of that Tomb Raider thing, the article of it on N4G. People have been tweeting NeoGAF reactions. These people are literally pissed. You would think somebody robbed that from them or kicked their ass or kicked their dog or something. These people are just. I've never seen a level of salt in my life. One of the things that was even best was Aaron Greenberg tweeted out a salt gif, a salt shaker.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did. I shit you not, dude.
It's funny. Aaron's probably chomping at the bit. The day he retires, I want him on an MNC morning so he can really just lay it out there, don't you?
Yeah. I saw
waiting.
that. I retweeted it. I was like, oh my gosh, that is so good. Look, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
If we remember back, when, what was that fucking 8-bit game, Escapees or whatever the hell it is.
Yes. Was it
the Escapists? Yeah. And they were like, Yoshida, you gonna play this game? He's like, I'll play it when it comes to PS4.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Good for him. He's on his brand. Xbox should do the same thing.
That's how it should be. And I don't understand. Guys, stop the kumbaya shit. Stop it. It doesn't matter, even if you're talking about just talking in regular conversation. It's okay to have an opinion. It's okay to like a certain brand. And certainly when you're actually getting paid to endorse a brand. Listen, I got news for you. We've used this a number of times. After the Super Bowl, 4 or 5 years ago, one of the players walked up to the actual podium and was drinking a Powerade. He was drinking a Powerade. He didn't care. He just wanted a Powerade. But he got fined $25,000 because Gatorade has the endorsement.
Yeah.
It's the way it is, folks. It's business. And it's great to see Aaron do the salt shaker. And actually, like you said, Yoshida should say that.
Yeah.
That's his
Good
brand.
for him.
When you come to my brand, I'll play your game. It's the same thing. Everything is the same across, but for some reason, it's just games are games, games are gamers. We should all play together, hold hands.
Kumbaya.
Yeah. Somebody bring me a Unity candle.
Yeah.
Quickly, please.
Yeah. So I thought that was funny.
Yes.
Not only that, but you know what the interesting part of that Rise of the Tomb Raider thing was?
What?
Was some of the excuses were, well, it's a 2-year-old game. It's only going to get worse, folks. They went back and patched the 2-year-old game.
You had a great tweet yesterday, Crap.
Yeah.
To all you Sony PS4 fans, it's only going to get worse from here.
It is. That's your life from now on. For the next 3 years, is you're having the worst versions of every game. That's just how it is. And no matter what.
And we said this. Shout out to Tim Dog. Tim Dog was one that said it at E3, I think even last year when he'd heard about it, and we've been talking about it through the year. It's not just the 4K. And we're seeing that now with the still photos of Lara when you're seeing it in Tomb Raider. It's the detail. It's the 4K textures. It's the lighting that we haven't even seen the lighting yet.
You know what's funny?
Because they haven't shown the game.
The 4K textures are basically only in the Xbox One X version. PC dudes were like, well, can you patch those into the PC version? I shit you not, dude. They were salty as hell too. You got PC dudes because what happened was they capped the PC version when they showed that picture where you seen the PC, the PS4, and the Xbox One X version, and the Xbox One X version looked the best, right? People were freaking out, and they're like, well, what were the settings on the PC? And the guy's like, the highest settings.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
The highest settings. So, yeah, people were freaked out, and I love it. I think it's funny. We already been saying that the Xbox One X was going to be something special, Right. And I think we're seeing that, even though we've seen the narrative, Terrible Tom and all those people try to really kind of nip it in the bud. Or
the
for
gig is
reason.
up, right? The gig is up, though. Everybody knows now, and I know you're going to get a chuckle out of it, crap, because you kind of play along with this a little bit. But like the clickbait stuff, like here's the problem right now I have with the majority of that, and especially from the mainstream guys. I'm not talking about the entertainers. If you're an entertainer, you're always doing something. Like a comedian gets on stage, he always has a wacky punchline that offends some people, but it's the clickbait, if you will, in the comedy world to get you to listen to the other part of the joke. The thing here is you have the terrible Toms. In case you guys don't know, that's Tom Warren for the Verge, I believe.
Yeah.
Right. You know, the problem I have with this is it's not that he can't express his opinion, but does he have to be? I mean, they're so negative, and they realize that it's getting them clicks, it's getting them hits, it's getting them follows, it's getting them.
Does he got to be a cock? That's what I'd say.
You don't have to be a jerk about it. You know what I mean? Like you can state your opinion the proper way, and or in a technical way, or write the article. You know, like some of these people are like, I bought an Xbox One X. But I'm not sure why you or anyone else on the planet would. First of all, that all of a sudden makes you sound like an idiot who wrote the article. So if nobody on the planet wants the Xbox One X, but you bought one, what does that say about you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're like, well, I'm in the tech business, so no, get out of here. You can't even play a game. A lot of these guys that write can't even play games.
That morning, I flipped out because you see that, there was that one. I bought an Xbox One X, but I don't know why anybody else would. There was that one.
That's what I'm referring
to. And then you had The Verge saying it's still a tough sell. You know, despite the fact that a year earlier, people have been posting that the same guy wrote how the PS4 Pro was the best 4K thing for you, the best tech. You know what I mean? It was so great.
Looks better, plays better. Tough sell. Yeah,
so then you see that, right? And then you see Tom Warren go, Microsoft announces it's the fastest it's the fastest pre-ordered ever, but no numbers. It doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it means nothing.
It means nothing.
Nothing. And I'm like, are you serious, Tom? Like, come on, it obviously means something.
Of course it does.
You know, come on. You know, I mean, like, give me a break. Like, at the end of the day, like, that to me, I flipped out. And I'm just like,
I don't blame you.
That's the fake news shit, right? Like, you got these people who are just constantly trying to browbeat Microsoft and the Xbox brand. And that really, like, I snapped, and I'm like, that enough is enough, man. Stop the bullshit.
Right.
It's okay to maybe go, well, like, everything's just so negative with these people. It's okay to be, well, you know, it would have been nice to get some numbers, but to say that means nothing, like, nothing, like, there's no, the fact that we already know that on Amazon, it's crushed the PS4 Pro in sales year to date. Like, they probably aren't stupid. The Scorpio versions are probably at least $250,000 to $500,000, or if not more. You know, they had to figure, at the very least. And so it's obviously something. So that kind of pissed me off, and I went off. You know,
I don't blame you.
I usually don't.
We have a little Xbox royalty. I'd like to shout out to Jez Corden, who's in the chat. Jez, welcome to the show. And Jez writes, Xbox One tough sell. He goes, why do you need $1,000 iPhone 8? Which he makes a great point.
Yeah.
You know, there's people that are going to be lined up around the corner to grab an iPhone. Me being one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, hey now.
Hey, there's Livewires too. What's up, Livewires?
Yeah, you know, it's nice to see. And, you know, Bravo. You know, Jez actually does have his. I got a chance to hang out with Jez. We were BSing. You know, a lot goes on in the DMs, folks, and we were just BSing. He goes through a lot of trash and garbage. It's hard to be anything positive, or just forget positive about Xbox. How about just reporting the news on Xbox? Just reporting the basics, the facts. He's out there reporting the facts. It's tough. It's tough when you're out there because everybody, that's the reason I took a little bit of offense to Terrible Tom out there.
Yeah.
Was because Tom was always very much a middle of the road. I always thought he did his job quite well in the fact that he reported a tech gadget would come out and then he would say pros, cons. I like that. Everything has a pro, everything has a con. Nothing's perfect. I understand that. Nothing but the Xbox One X is not perfect, but it is the next evolution in the Xbox family. It's something we've all been looking forward to since 2013. And now we're getting tests run that actually what Microsoft promised and preached is coming to fruition in a few months.
Yeah.
And that's what the hype is. That's what the excitement is. And you're seeing people, listen, guys, if you're a Sony fan, go buy an X. Try it out. Enjoy
They're going to.
They are. The casuals will come back.
I did a video once. I'm like, you're buying it, I'm buying it, your mom's buying it, your dad's buying it, your uncle's buying it, everybody's buying it.
Yeah.
Like they might say they're not buying it, but then they're like that guy who's like, you know, hey, you know, we got this going on. You know, I bought it, but I don't know why anyone else would. You know why he bought it? Because he wants to play the goddamn best versions of every game. That's why he bought it. That's why everybody's going to buy it. PC guys are going to buy it. You know why? Because it's better than the majority of their fucking PCs. You know, they pull their pieces off the scrap heap and act like they got the best goddamn thing ever, their PC master race, right? When realistically, they got everything duct taped together. You know, I'm sure that there's some that are, you know, invested heavily with thousands of dollars, but for $500, man, you're not beating that value. No way.
Well, listen, you know, I'm going to shout out to Tryhard. A lot of people give Tryhard. I don't get a chance to read everything, but Tryhard writes me a lot on Twitter. He's definitely a Sony fan, but I like. He's a fair guy, though.
I used to interact with him a little bit. I think I have him muted.
Well, you should unmute him. He's a good guy.
I don't know, man. He's very much a Sony dude.
He is, but he's fair. He's fair.
I don't know if he bought
an S. He recently bought an S.
Yeah.
And he just wrote, I don't know if I'm going to get an X because I just got an S. Here's the thing, Tryhard.
Trade it in.
Get the. I know you're going to lose. Listen, anytime you trade anything in, folks, okay, this isn't just a Tryhard. This is anybody. It goes for me, too. Anytime you trade something in, you're going to lose some money. Okay, but you want to upscale that. You want to get the better product. Here's the thing. The S right now, you're going to get roughly between 150, 175, or 200. It depends on the model and the version. But nonetheless, when you get that, put it towards this thing that's 500. You'll be walking out of there paying, what, 300, maybe 350. Or, you know what I mean? It'll be like at least that. It depends.
Did you see what Jez teased in the chat?
He said something that's coming tomorrow, which I heard through the grapevine.
It's a mega something or other.
Is it a megaton? I don't know.
Yes, he said megaton. Megaton. Exactly. It's a megaton. So you guys got that coming as well. So
it's great.
Yeah.
No, I think, Jez, I don't know. I don't know if he knows. I don't know if you know. Here's the thing about it.
Can't say.
I heard about it.
Yeah,
I'm excited that there's even more. Microsoft does this throughout the entire generation, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's been the new UIs or locking down Rise of the Tomb Raider or locking down Titanfall, like all these things that they did that were just kind of like now locking down PUBG. And it's funny to see people fight and argue with PUBG. I want to get back to PUBG later too because I have a couple of articles that I kind of took apart, and the developer is really a smart guy in what he says, and I think we should bring it up later. But
no, it's not a Windows Phone megaton. It's an Xbox megaton. Damn it!
Windows.
Nobody cares about Windows Phone. Like I think me and Jez might be the only ones that were like awesome.
Right. Speaking of awesome, Jay, you mind queuing up one of our first voicemails?
Sure. So this voicemail came a couple of weeks ago. We didn't get to play it last week because we had an overflow. This is Camp Elm.
Hey Mooch, hey Crap, this is Camp most people call me Camp. I'm a crapaholic.
I
but
knew
I'm
it!
also a Mooch Maniac.
Oh.
So anyway, I'm really looking forward to all the articles this coming Christmas about how just amazing it is that Microsoft's lineup is sparse and it's just genius. Bound to happen, right? Anyway, my question to you is that basically your feelings about the approach between Microsoft's first-party studio and Sony's, where Microsoft, they feel like they're really catering a type of genre where, like, if they have a shooter, they can't have another one. If they have an RPG, they can't have another one. And it feels like that's a miss. Like, they treat it like it's productivity software. Like, you already have a word processing program, you can't have another one. That seems like a bad idea, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I mean, you don't want to be too diluted, but then you have the other end of the spectrum where Sony is hands off and they just let their studios just do whatever they want. And it feels like they found the winning formula with the Last of Us, Uncharted, Horizon, God of War third person, camera angle aspect that it's starting to really feel samey. And I'm not a fan of that either. I mean, it's starting to feel diluted, and at some point I feel like it's also going to bite them in the ass if people are going to get tired of it. But I'd love to know your opinions on that, and just let me know. All right, and thanks.
There you go.
He's a crapaholic, but also a mooch maniac.
But when he said mooch maniac, he did speed up his speaking sped up.
He did a little bit. He woke up. You know.
I think he took a sip of his latte or something.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I'm a crapaholic and a mooch maniac. Hey.
So was he basically saying? I mean, the question, I got lost in the rhythm there for a minute. Is he asking basically the fact that like we have very similar types of gameplay for so many like
Sony
generations
games.
and Sony games? Yeah, is it
Yeah.
just Sony?
Yeah, well, yeah, it seems like Sony is going just like that one meme, remember, where all the games are kind of like
all
that
the
third
same.
person.
Yeah.
So they're basically kind of copying each other at this point. It's like, look, here's the thing, right? I'm playing through Tomb Raider Lost Legacy right now. Beautiful game.
Tomb Raider Lost Legacy.
Yes, but at the same time, maybe I don't know what the deal is because I love Uncharted, but that game's just not doing it for me.
It's listen, here's the thing, and I'm only on chapter 5. How many chapters are there, Crap?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm I'm on some stupid puzzle that I can't get past or something. It's,
well, here's the thing. I don't understand why is it that Sony is pretty much sticking to a model that works. Now hear me out, Crap. We said this a week ago, okay? Here's what I noticed. You have to make prettier games. You have to make better, more realistic games because you have people right now that get on Twitter and they're like, listen, I know that The Last of Us is going to look like Uncharted Lost Legacy, and I know Uncharted Lost Legacy looks just like God of War, but they're so beautiful. And this is the thing. That's what Sony's going to hide behind because every time there's a new gamer or someone that's new to the franchise, they're going to pick it up and go, wow, this game looks great. We're saying that because we've seen this for over a decade from Sony. But now we're like, okay, this is something that Microsoft needs to do a little bit more. If you look at the games that are coming out next year for Microsoft, they're fun, #fun, but they're not realistic looking, right? I mean, and that's okay. There's people who are like, Mooch, I don't want realistic. That's fine. I'm not saying I want realistic 24/7, but you don't want Sony to be the only show in town that gets these realistic games, and we're constantly the only ones that keep looking like a Street Fighter game. You know what I mean? So there needs to be a balance here. And my only concern was, remember, we saw a couple of stills of what could have been, it could be nothing, of that RPG that's coming from Microsoft, and it still looked very cartoony to a certain degree, almost Bioshock-y, if you will. And that's, I'm a huge fan of Bioshock, but there's a difference between Bioshock and The Last of Us. And that's where I'm kind of going with this. And I think that's what he's saying. Now, he was saying it to Negative's demise, so they're negative. But I think a lot of people still think that's a positive, Crap.
Yeah,
that's my only issue with that.
Yeah, it's hard saying, like everybody bags on Microsoft, though, like about for the variety and stuff. Yeah. But nobody bags on Sony, even though a lot of their games are exactly the same. So,
it's like I said though, but you gave the example last week, Crap. You said it's like having the hot model in the room all the time, and it's like after you do whatever, then you're like, oh, I don't want to hang out. The thing is though, the hot model,
they have nothing to talk about.
The hot model's always invited to the next party.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
That's true.
So even if you're really entertaining but ugly as hell, you're not coming back. That goes for men or women. It doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter. You got
Mooch those out there not to be sexist for men or women. Yeah.
Thank you. This is brought to you by 2017 Public.
Yeah.
But no, nonetheless, my whole point is like that's the thing, Crap. So at the end of the day, look at Guerrilla Games.
Yeah.
They can't help but make us a boring snooze of a game.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they sell decently, they get rated decently because it's a good-looking game. And that's why they're always talked about. Nobody's giving them an Academy Award for story. Nobody cares. And, that kind of brings something up, Crap, that I wanted to talk about. We all get lost. We all get lost in story. Every game's got to have a story. Every game's got to be a Stephen King novel. Listen, here's one of the quotes. I want to read this. This is actually from the developer of PUBG.
Oh, Mooch got a little bit of homework done. Damn.
Yes. Okay.
Red letter day.
We're really starting to change the show, folks.
Yes.
It's going to get better and better as the weeks go on.
Amazing.
We're just tapping the top of the keg here, okay?
Yes.
Brendan Green here. And one of the questions they asked him, they said, how did you go from barely playing games to making a mod? Just hear this out. I'm going to read this one short paragraph, but then I'm going to explain it. He goes, I got back into gaming with the DayZ mod. I just love the idea that there was no story. There was just a set of rules that you had to obey, which was survive. And everything else, you could do whatever the hell you wanted to do. I love that game. I just love the freedom that game gave you. Now, hear me out, folks. This is my whole pitch with multiplayer. And it's the reason I don't have 350,000 gamer score. I played a lot of multiplayer. I've been an Xbox Live member for over 9 years. And I prefer multiplayer. Crap even said it last week. He's like, you're on Gears all the time. I play Gears multiplayer pretty much at least 2 hours whenever I get a chance to game. Like, I just like that. And you don't get a lot of achievements for it. You don't get a lot of achievements in Gears anyway. But you get very few when you're playing only multiplayer. Point being here is that, like, a lot of people wrap their heads around this story and single player. Give me single player. Give me story. You don't need that, folks. You need that a little bit. I think a lot of what gaming has become and grown is Xbox Live, is PlayStation PSN, okay, which is down most of the time, but nonetheless, my whole point is that we have gone to a more social. Look at this. We've got chat rooms. We've got podcasts on top of podcasts. People listening, people comments, people like chiming in, people leaving voicemails, people leaving videos. This is what it's all about. Gaming is not just sitting in your room in the dark, lighting a candle and playing World of Warcraft for 6 days straight without eating or showering. That's what it used to be. It's not like that anymore. And here's one of the most successful developers in recent times to come out and say that he liked it because it didn't have a story. Sometimes there's something to that. Sometimes I'm not in the mood to sit there and get totally invested into a story, a woman and her dog, and off they go. No, I don't need that. Sometimes I just want to sit down, talk to some friends, chill, and just laugh and like be competitive. And I think we're missing that because this generation for the past year, all we've talked about is single player games. Are you playing a single player game? I need a story. Who wrote it? Who cares? My whole point is have fun. Go out there and enjoy yourselves. It's not all about just gamer score. It's not all about a story. Multiplayers really roped me back into gaming after I was a kid. When I left gaming for a little while in the college years, I came back because it was so competitive. It was so competitive, and it's so great. And just because you like that, don't let people who are story-driven tell you that you're less of a gamer. That's my whole rant. I'm sorry about that crap. But I thought when I read that, it was interesting.
It is. I mean, I think there's a good balance to find as well in terms of that, because that's why I like Gears and Halo and Call of Duty so much, because they offer both. I think they offer a good story and good multiplayer, where some games don't offer good either one. You know, like I thought that Titanfall 2, good story, but the multiplayer wasn't as good as the first. You know, but so again, it's like Killzone, shit multiplayer, shit story. You know what I mean? Tomb Raider Definitive Edition or whatever, when it originally came out, the reboot, great story, shit multiplayer. So it's rare to find both of those things that are really good on the same game. I think there's a good mix. Like, okay, what you're talking about is Sea of Thieves, basically, in my mind. That's what I picture.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, no more shit for you on Sea of Thieves, because that's basically what that is. It's a good friend.
The shit I've been giving Sea of Thieves is more of the, you know, the cartooniness of it, but it doesn't mean it's a bad game.
Unleash the Kraken. I mean, it's rare, so I mean, they have a certain style to them, but yeah, like I think you're gonna enjoy that game. And
well, you know, a lot of people in the chat are saying I like story. Guys, you got to understand something. I'm not saying get rid of story games, but don't you guys see? You guys, everyone in the chat, you guys have been on Twitter also. I see all you guys on Twitter. Like, it's just been, we're hyping up the fact that, like, that's all we talk about. Like, you have to have something. Something's got to be a story. I got to know what's going. Listen, a lot of games, and you have the developer of PUBG just saying that's the beauty of PUBG. That's why PUBG is such a success. There's no story. It's, you know what? I've got an hour and a half. We all have busy lives. It's nice to be able to jump in, get super competitive, play around for 40 minutes, and then you can leave and come back whenever you want to this game and not be like, what happened in Chapter 4? You know, like, you don't need that. Crap, we were talking about that with another game. I think it was, I don't know if it was Horizon or what. You're like, were you even going to go back to that? I'm like, to be honest with you, I kind of got to start over. Same thing goes for Rise of the Tomb Raider. I got to start over because I left it so long ago. I got to pick up the story. I can't not know what I'm doing as I progress. I'd like to know why I'm going to get this novel treasure. Okay, so my point being is if I'm going to do that, I have to play it in succession. That's the other thing I don't care about these games. Everyone gets games and they play it for 12 to 14 hours straight. Like, beat it, did it, done.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You just took $60, a year and a half of excitement for the game, and you finished it in 12 hours without even fucking eating something. You know, it's like that's the other thing with multiplayer games that I like better. The longevity of it. Gears 4 came out so long ago, yet they add little things like a new map or a new this or a new gun pack or a new character, and you feel like you're reborn into it again. Every day feels fresh and crisp. Where sometimes when someone's like, hey, are you going to go back and play this game? I'm like, probably not. I mean, you really have to love the story to play a single-player game over and over and over again. And
do you guys want to hear a funny story? So last week I decided to jump into the Sea of Thieves because I'm part of the the Insider Club.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I had an opportunity to do it. I was off last week. It was on a Wednesday, and it was during the day. plugged it in, started playing. I was having fun, didn't know what I was doing, but after being on the boat for about 10 minutes, I literally started getting motion sick. I am not joking. I felt like I was getting seasick. I was playing Sea of Thieves.
Oh.
And I was actually getting seasick on the boat.
Yeah, those waves are amazing. The water.
Yeah,
and stuff,
like it was so realistic because I mean I'm playing it on a 55-inch television in front of me, and I don't know. I was so immersed in it that I actually had to basically turn it off and go somewhere because my stomach was starting to get all queasy because of the motion. It was insane.
Yeah, I have yet, even though I'm in the program, I have yet to play because I early on I tried twice, couldn't get in. I know those problems are resolved now. But yeah, you know what it is they've got that. Is it still under lock and key crap where you can't talk about it and all that?
Yeah, you're not really allowed to talk about it. But the thing is, it's like everybody's seen footage of stuff like the water and stuff, so they know that the water's good. You know what I mean? Like we're not really allowed to talk about the stuff that's going on.
But I mean, here's my
actually
question. I'm not going to ask you anything about the build. I'm just going to ask you this. This is a simple question. This is layman's terms. Are you playing it on Wednesdays?
I've logged in probably 60 hours in that.
60 hours?
Yeah, I played it. I played it. I played a shit ton of that game, to be honest with you. So
great. You know what that means? It's gonna come out. Crap's gonna play 4 more hours and move on to the next game.
No. I look. Here's the thing. I play it. Like I have a few group of people that I play with, so it's a lot of fun for me. I enjoy playing that game. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun for a lot of people, and I hope that it just gets released soon. I would love to see it, even though it's not releasing this year, maybe super early next year.
I was just going to ask you, early spring or late? What do you think? Based upon what you're playing.
I think early spring because they seem like they're adding a lot of stuff all the time.
Yes.
And and to me that
I think
game
it's
is
go
super
State of
polished
Decay
now.
2, then it's going to go Sea of Thieves, and then it's going to go Crackdown. That's how I think the spring's going to roll out.
If they were smart, they would probably do that. Spend as much time getting Crackdown right as you can. But right now. People think that it's about to be canceled.
It's
Crackdown.
not.
It's not going to be canceled. It's. Did you see Shannon #Fire Shannon? She did that interview and she's like, yeah, we probably announced it too early.
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm thinking, yeah, but now you guys get the feeling that they overreact to that now, right? Like they're like so afraid to announce anything that's more than like a year away.
It is. It's completely the other way now. Now we have no idea what's coming out because they're afraid of delays.
Yeah, exactly. So they're like, they got that bit of bad press or whatever. Look, you have to take a chance. You know what I mean? Give people a little something, and maybe tomorrow we get a little something. But the fact that that you're not going to announce games until the year they're coming out or whatever, that I don't know. People might not be totally on board with that. So. Interesting. Hey, look, cool. YouTube is messing up a little bit. That's nice.
Oh, is it? That's great.
Yeah. So just when we get to like 450 people, it's like doing that little buffer thing. Nice.
Is everyone? I'm not having a problem on my end.
Oh, maybe it's just me. I don't know. But
Jay, how are you doing? Jay usually knows.
Everything seems fine on my end.
Well,
okay.
There you go, folks.
Well, there you go. Hey, well, while we have 450 watching, why don't you guys hit that like button while we go into another
like button?
Yeah, while we go into another voicemail because we're 40 minutes in and we've had one voicemail.
One voicemail, yeah.
Yes. this shows could go on for hours, man.
Mooch rant.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got James 176 on deck.
Okay.
All right, James.
Hey, what's up, Mooch Crap, J-Dubs? It's James176. Hope everybody's having a good day so far. I got a question related to the Xbox One X. I know that the pre-order info is supposed to be coming out on Sunday during that Gamescom thing, but what's the chance that they announce it, but if they make the date, like, for example, like they announce it on Sunday, but it's like if they don't make it available until like for example, like some games come out on Wednesday, like Destiny will be coming out, or if it doesn't come out till Friday. I'm kind of curious why. Hope everybody has a good day, and oh yeah, rack 'em up. Bye.
James, nice calling. Well, of course, a couple of these calls are from last week, so we want to make sure everyone's heard. I do understand what his point was. His point was basically if they announced it Sunday and they said, hey, Pre-orders will begin on a later date. Luckily, we all know that didn't happen. But to answer your question, I don't think it would have mattered. I said this 2 months ago. It doesn't matter. This is the next machine in your gaming lives, people. Whether you like Xbox or you like Sony. If you like playing games that look better and that means a lot to you, and you have a greater TV than you had a couple of years ago, you want it to look better, this is the machine for you. And it didn't matter. The pre-orders could have came out 3 days before November 7th. They would have killed. It doesn't matter.
Cool. Hey, Sir Williams joined the chat. She-Wolf has joined the chat.
Nice. Very nice.
Thank you guys and girls. Thank you guys very much. Mizzle T Shizzle says, "Como estas, bitches?" Hell yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, shout out to Sajibot too.
Yes, Sajibot.
OLED is life.
Hey,
life
if I had money,
OLED.
I would get an OLED. I'm just a simple poor man.
Oh yes,
I don't have enough money to pay attention.
Crap is the guy dressed like a Santa Claus next to the Santa Claus every Christmas at Walmart.
For 50 cents a day, you could help Crap get an OLED.
You could help Crap get an OLED.
Yes, I'll put some dirt on my face and
so
like have some real sad music playing behind me.
You better learn how to play the harmonica or something.
I can play the harmonica.
That's even better.
I know.
Get a little blues traveler going on. There we go.
MNC Mornings, what's up?
Hey now.
Hey Mooch, hey Crap, hey Jay. This is Mass Murder here. Two things real quick. The PlayStation guys always talk about Xbox having no games. They're only 100 games, maybe 150 more than us. How is that no games? And the second question is, if we have no games at launch, how is there like 70 or 80 titles in 4K at launch for us if we have no games? I'll leave the question here at Outline. Bye.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. Here's the thing.
That's fake news.
That is fake news. We have over 100 actual titles now, and I think we're looking at getting at close to 160 titles that'll be 4K enhanced. And Mike Ibarra, Crap, you did a video on it. I think Dealer did too. Dealer did a good one on this as well. Mike Ibarra was quoted as saying, when they asked him what's going on with Destiny, what's going on with Call of Duty, we noticed out of all your lists, those are the two games that haven't been brought up.
And he said they're working with them. They have the kits.
Right. Yeah, he's basically saying, he said we work with them on a daily basis. We're very close with them. But this is the key point of Mike's interview, and I'm paraphrasing. He said when they're ready to announce, because of circumstances beyond his control, they'll be ready to announce it. And that's what we said, folks, right? This game's coming out September 6th for Xbox and PlayStation, and we'll reap the benefits of it after the fact. They'll announce it probably, I would say middle end of September, you'll hear about the 4K.
Hey, have you seen this meme floating around on Twitter where the guy's with his girlfriend and he's looking at this girl walking past? Like, I've seen so many variations of this Xbox one now. Like, now Xbox Mill Girl tweeted out one where he's walking with the Tomb Raider from the PS4 Pro version.
Yes, I saw
and the Xbox One X version walks past. That's like the best one ever. I mean... yeah, I'm like watching this like, holy shit, that is absolutely phenomenal.
It is a good map. That's very good.
Yeah, it is. It's great, man. I'm loving this, man. Like, it's such a good position to be in if you're an Xbox fan right now. So apparently Mel hates that meme.
Yeah, right. Well, I understand. Yeah, women I could see not enjoying it as much. Go to another voicemail. We only have 75 left.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Goldline X23.
Nice.
What's up, Mooch? What's up, Crap? What's up, J-Dubs? It's Goldline X23. Wondering, what's your favorite adult beverage, quote unquote, when you're gaming on the weekend, Friday, Saturday night, just chilling? Anyway, good work, guys. Keep up the good work. 3 months out. Power to X, baby. Bye.
Oh, boy. Well, Crap, you can answer. It'd be fun to hear your answer. Yours is going to be like a Gatorade or something.
A drink? Yeah, probably just give me a Gatorade or something, maybe a hard lemonade, something like that.
Well, listen, where's mine?
Now Mooch has got his like wine tasting hat on now. He's sniffing a good Chardonnay or maybe red wine.
Definitely red. Listen, here's the thing. Not that there's anything wrong with the white wines, but definitely go red. No, definitely. Listen, I'm a wine nut. Love it. I won't bore you guys because that's a little boring. On the fun side of it, if it's the warmer months, you want to have something cool. Little Goose and Seven's good. Goose straight up, 3 olives shaken, really nice. If that's not going to work out, you definitely do a little Crown Royal, head to the whiskey, a little Crown and Diet. Those are kind of just like fun drinks. They're easy going. They're sipping. They're, as I said, adult beverages. And there's some people who just want to come home from work. We know a couple people. They they send pictures. They're like, here's the game I just bought, and they got like a 30 rack of Miller Lite. Hey, there's no wrong answer, by the way. There's absolutely no wrong answer. I was just shocked to find out that a lot of gamers actually don't. They don't drink. A lot of people don't drink alcohol that are gamers.
They don't have beer. Like
they don't have beer.
She-Wolf and her
I bought 24. I bought 24 beer in I think it was in New Hampshire. We were driving down in New Hampshire, and 24 beer I bought for $15. I was so shocked.
Man, he bought 24 beer, guys.
You know what's great about that? He bought 24 of them. They charged him for 1 beer.
Yeah, 1 beer.
That's
he
awesome.
bought 24 beer, but they charged him for 1 beer. So that's Canadian math for you right there. Xbox Pope, thank you for blessing us this morning.
The Pope is here.
He asked us a question, actually. He says, what do you think about Mikey Barra? And I did a video about this as well. I do videos about every fucking thing. But Mikey Barra was talking about this new tech that they're using, where they're using their cloud to help store some of the assets and stuff for the 4K games. So, like when you're playing 4K games, you wouldn't have to possibly download, 100 gigs of shit.
Right.
Oh my God, She-Wolf, you're killing me with the Team Mooch.
Team Mooch. Wow.
Damn. Wow.
Look at that. I didn't even have to pay for that advertising.
I'm gonna have a complex. Jesus.
I'm gonna have a complex.
Somebody get Foxy in here or something. Damn. That's the only.
You're gonna be off. You're gonna be completely offline today, Crap. I know it after that.
Damn, man, Crap. Come on.
I was wondering what you were saying. I hear you under your breath. You're like, She-Wolf, what?
She-Wolf, what the hell? Yeah, fucking Team Mooch. God damn it. Because Lucas Team Mooch too.
Absolutely.
As soon as you said you were the Italian Eminem.
Yes.
Like Jesus Christ, come
on. The fastest talker in podcasting.
It's true. I need to work on getting some crapaholics up early. They're probably still asleep.
They're still sleeping.
Yeah, they are.
That meme right now would be perfect. That meme would be perfect right now if you had the guy sleeping and then he gets up clapping.
wake up, crapaholics! Get your asses in here! Come on.
Nice, very
cool. Get your asses in here. J-Dubs, who do we got on deck? I'm gonna try to scrounge up some crapaholics on Twitter.
Look at the Pope. The Pope's on your side. It's always good to have the Lord there.
Hell yeah. I need all the help I can get.
We have Shoney Doors.
Shoney Doors, who's been he's actually he's a Patreon member and he's been quite active on Twitter lately, so it's very cool.
I love trying to pronounce his name.
Shoney Doors.
Yes. Good evening, Mooch, Crap, and Jay. Shoney Doors back again. My question this week is: has there ever been a better time to get into gaming? Myself, I'm an old Atari gamer that returned to the fold last December after my family got me a surprise Xbox One S Terabyte as an early Christmas present. Since then, I've got Fallout 4 for $20, Metro Redux Collection for $10, my best buys have been Destiny, the complete collection for $30, and the amazing Witcher 3 Game of the Year edition for $40. Consoles are at a low price with amazing bundles. New gamers seem to have never had it so good. So, do you think there's ever been a better time to get into gaming? One last thing, if anyone would like to add me to Xbox Live, it's ShawneeDoors1212. And thank you, Mooch, for the follow on Twitter. Still nothing from Crap, so go Mooch in the rundown. Have a great weekend.
Hey, I won the last rundown, by the way. I won that motherfucker. I was like, hell yeah.
Thanks to Ross Perot Dubs.
No, J-Dubs just kept me from destroying you.
Oh, I don't know
Mr.
about that.
No, Mr. Specific consoles are bad. We don't need any custom consoles.
Here we go. Listen, you know what, guys? Here's what we'll do. Me and Crab will be at the next PAX East, okay? Or maybe next year's E3. Bring your white Xbox One S's in, and we'll paint them for you. We'll
do some
logo.
finger painting. It'll be fun.
Free of
You'll get you know what we could do is auction off a Mooch and Crap something or other. And,
you know, we should talk to the Pope. Xbox Pope, I know you've done a bunch of custom consoles, but you should do an awesome Mooch and Crap one on an Xbox One S, see if we can get that actually done by colorware.
Or a controller or something.
Yeah,
that might be cheaper.
Raffle it off or, get that out as a prize to someone.
Yeah, that would be cool. He could do an M&C Mornings one.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
There's so many Mooch maniacs here.
Mooch maniacs are
someone
up early.
goes, yeah. Someone goes, Mooch is the Xbox One X, crap is the PS4 Pro.
Listen, it's so bad. Listen, it's hysterical. I like how you even did your own little advertisement in there too. You know what sucks? I was having so much fun with the chat that Shawnee Doors, I missed the question, which sucks. We were on such a we were like 1,000 for 1,000 on 3 weeks now without having to redo.
Yeah, now we're gonna have to redo
it after this call in.
after we get a call. MNC Mornings, what the hell's going on?
What's happening?
Please be a crapaholic.
Good morning. Happy Sunday mornings to you, Mooch and Crap. Of course, you know Shawan W here. Love the show. We know that there's a lot of media bias going on, but do we also got to give props out to Sony for kind of shutting their mouths as they switch narratives. First, it was about power, and that's what the media harped on. And then, when the Xbox One X was announced, it became about exclusives. We got the media bias, but we also got Sony doing a darn good job of playing the field. What are your thoughts about that? Thank you, and have a good morning, guys.
Well, I mean, Sony does something that I do think that, I don't know if this is what he meant, but it definitely harps on the subject. Sony they do a really good job of keeping their mouth shut. They really do. Like they don't say a lot of stuff, whether it's good or bad. And when it's bad, they're gone. They're nowhere to be found. There isn't a Sony tweet for miles.
Exactly. What was the last thing that Sony even talked about? I mean, I can't even think of it,
Right. I mean, I don't know. For some reason, you don't hear about them. But at the same time, I don't really know what he meant by his question. Other than that, I do know that Sony is very, very. They keep their cards close to their chest. They don't talk a lot. They really don't. I think a lot of it is because of the culture too. You know what I mean? Like in Japan, they're not going to do what Aaron Greenberg tweeting out a vial of salt or something. That's not going to come out of Sony Studios or Sony Entertainment. But it is what it is. Some things I think Sony does do right. I do want to give them credit for that. I think sometimes they're quiet when they need to be quiet, And the thing about it is this. Here's where the agony comes in. Let's tie this back to the media. When Sony's quiet or doesn't say anything, the media doesn't go and inquire. They don't ask. They don't speculate. Is Sony in trouble? Guys, you have seen this from Microsoft. So let's just flip it for a second. Let's just say Sony had the most powerful box come out in November. Is this the end for Sony? Where's that one? Is Sony concerned about the X? Where was that headline? What will Sony do after November 7th when they lose the multi-plat crown? Where was that title? That's my whole thing. You have to understand when we say there's a media bias, it's not just this person doesn't like Xbox, let's attack that. No, not at all. It's really just a matter of why is it every day when I wake up I have to see 6 headlines of negative Microsoft press. But then when something comes up, I understand that Sony's the market leader this year, but it doesn't mean we saw that how Xbox lost that market lead last gen. So Sony could lose it at any point too. This isn't just you hold it, you got it for the rest. You never know what's going to happen. The gaming business is completely an upside-down business. I've never seen anything like it. So
it is. Plus, we might not even have the traditional generations anymore. So, at what point is the market leader not suspect in and of itself that term?
Yes.
Because what Xbox is doing with the X is so friendly to developers and things like that. I think that we could see a situation where, they go to the Xbox because it's just easier to develop for.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think that would be something that they need to do. Hey, you guys need to hit that like button. When we get to about, 300?
Yeah, 300
we got a top 10. Yeah, we got a crazy good top 10 for you guys today.
10,
so
yes.
it's gonna be damn good.
Damn good.
Damn.
We better get a voicemail in, though, crap. That can see this show right till the Game of Thrones finale.
Yeah, I know. Fuck. I don't want to miss that because I've never seen an episode, but I want to catch that finale. Yeah.
Oh.
We gotta watch Danny.
Yeah, we gotta watch Danny boy. Danny girl.
Okay, someone's gonna be eating some crow for that.
No, definitely. I responded to you. I think that the 7 years it's been on, they called her Danny twice. It just so happens after we said this to Jay, they literally called her in it last week, which was like the first time I've ever seen. They call her Daenerys. Not Danny girl. And it was funny because right after we said that, John, he's almost died. He's laying there. He's holding her hand. He's like, Danny. I'm like, get out of here. Now you say it? Get out of here. Anyway.
Dude, what's funny is when Jay brought that
time.
up and was calling her Danny, right?
Right.
Me and you thought he was talking about Danny Boy.
Absolutely.
I'm like, what the hell does Danny Boy have to do with this?
Danny Boy's got another skit? What happened?
Yeah, like, he's Danny Yoshida?
Danny Yoshida. Danny everything. Danny Batman.
Did he give his girlfriend another black eye while playing VR?
I don't know. That was really... He is hysterical, by the way. If you guys don't know, is it Supersonic Station?
Yeah.
Hysterical. Go sub his channel, man. Very fun.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He
Does
really
a lot
is.
of VR stuff, too, which is...
Yeah, right up my alley, because I'm a big VR dude. So.
Yes,
And to tell you the truth, guys, like, Danny helps me out behind the scenes quite a bit, so without him, M&C probably wouldn't be as good as it is.
Because Mooch and Crap aren't around usually or something, right? Like,
yeah, we're never around.
I'm like sending out the Mooch and Crap signal saying, guys, I need help, and he's the only one that ever answers.
Yeah, like I'll get to it like 5 hours later, and he's like, no, that's okay, Danny Boy, help me out.
Nice. Sir William just subbed to Danny Boy.
Danny Boy, yeah,
Thanks
good
for it.
stuff,
Sir
man.
William,
We
thank
got
you.
somebody heading over there. Who do we got on deck?
Yes.
So we've got a new caller. He goes by the name What a Grub.
What a grub.
Cool.
Nice.
Let's have a new caller.
Morning, boys. Crap Gamer, Mooch, J-Dubs, how are we? Jay calling from Australia, Xbox Gamer Tag, what a grub. Listening to you blokes on Xbox Nation, and in terms of these Xbox executives not giving a shit, you guys hit the fucking nail on the head. Where are the pushes for excellence, for better? These guys just don't seem to care. I mean, losing 11 out of 12 MPDs just is not good enough. Now, I work for a company called JB Hi-Fi. All your Australian and New Zealand listeners will know or have heard of that company. If I don't meet my sales targets for 5 months in a row, that is grounds for termination of my employment. So how the hell can these guys be losing 11 out of 12 MPDs and just still walking around, not fearing for their jobs, not getting their ass kicked, not having any drive to make Xbox better? It's just beyond me. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to get your ideas on it, and love what you're doing. Keep up the great work. Speaking the truth, spreading the good news about Xbox. Anyways, have a good day. See you, boys.
That was a great call. Awesome to have a new caller, and that was a fantastic question. I mean, that does revert back, Crap, to where we were about a week ago. And, you know, there's a lot of highs and lows in the gaming business. Right now, we're riding a high because you're just getting all kinds of great news on the performance level and specs of the X. But, you know, realistically, you do have the situation where after Gamescom, you know, you have Shannon and a bunch of people just tweeting out their favorite muffin they ate, and can't wait to get, you know, I can't wait. Looking forward to getting back to Redmond so I can put my
blueberry muffin.
my comfortable shoes on and kick back and play some Candy Crush. You know, I think that, and this gentleman, great call.
Yeah,
I've said that, but I got to say it again. This is what I've been saying, folks. There is no business like the gaming business. You cannot
There's
lose no business.
Oh,
like
wait, no.
the
Gaming business. That's going to be a big hit, man.
That's going to be a great show tune for us. Jay, write that one down.
Live wires, get on it.
Yeah, live. We need you, brother. We need you. Here's the thing. So, I mean, there is no business like this. You can't lose 10 out of 12 or 11 out of 12 NPDs, and everybody's just like, guys, get out there and keep trying. Like, I mean, what is it? Like, what's happening at these board meetings where they're like, we saw that you guys lost 10 out of 12 NPDs. Is that true? Yep. Everything's okay, though. All right, well, carry on. We'll meet up again in 30 days. And by the way, I heard those lattes down the street are great. Can get Stein to bring me one. I just don't understand why in God's green earth this is okay and there isn't like a call to arms. That is something yet to be seen, folks. And the problem is now Gamescom come and gone, we're really not going to see anything until possibly the earliest is next June. So I don't know, Crap. I mean, there really should be some sort of urgency that comes, but at the same time,
I want Disney's Disneyland Adventure. That's the game that I want. So
yes,
yeah, I mean, come on,
Zoo Tycoon too.
Yes, Zoo Tycoon remastered. So
Please.
that's gonna be awesome. M&C Mornings, what's up?
Hey now.
Hey, Mooch and Crap. How you doing? This is Yahweh Lee from Xbox Live. Sorry about the feedback, but I'm actually calling you guys from a junkyard today.
Nice.
Yep, well, I'm actually listening to MC Mornings in a junkyard. But anyway, I called
right where we belong.
to rant a little bit about some stuff. I don't know why people are bitching about Gamescom so much. Everybody knows that those conferences are shit anyway. It's no E3, so calm the hell down, people. Another thing is a lot of pre-orders went out, but if you notice, a lot of damn scalpers got them too. If you checked on eBay, they're trying to sell them twice as much. So I hope Microsoft makes a lot of consoles just to screw over these damn scalpers, because I'm tired of them buying everything up and then trying to sell them to make a profit, you know, when there's gamers out there that actually want to play it. And another thing, everybody's bitching about Zoo Tycoon and Disneyland. You got to realize there's going to be a lot of there's going to be a lot of ponies buying the Xbox One X. And there's a lot more people on the Xbox now than there was at the beginning when this system first released. And don't forget, just having that little black strip on the top of it that says 4K enhanced, a lot of people are going to buy that game again. Okay? And I got a question for Mooch and Crap. I was listening to Next Gen's rant about Age of Empires, which I gotta say, that was the most funniest thing I ever heard. Him screaming and hollering. I never laughed so hard in my life. But anyway, enough about Next Gen. Don't you think it's a big mistake not bringing that game to the Xbox? Because, for one, I would love to play it. But since they're going to release mouse and keyboard support, wouldn't that be a perfect game to release with the Xbox when they do release it? Okay, thank you very much, guys.
Well, that was great. He did call for it sounded like more like a wind tunnel than a
it sounded like he's in a. They prefer it to be called a salvage yard, by the way. If you,
yes,
you know,
that is the technical term.
Yes, you call it a junkyard. They're not too happy, but yeah. So about the Age of Empires thing, right? Like I see a lot of people saying this. Yeah, like if they wanted to put it on Xbox, great. You can't just put it on Xbox because you have keyboard and mouse support, though. Like you'd have to have it support the controller.
Right.
So if they could get it to support the controller and keyboard, to me personally, I don't understand like where people are gaming at with their consoles, where they could use a keyboard and mouse. To be honest with you, like
I mean, if you have a coffee table, Crap, I mean, you could definitely say a coffee table would work, especially.
Yeah, but then you're tethered to fucking keyboard and mouse. Like, aren't we using wireless stuff nowadays?
I would assume if they're gonna give keyboard and mouse support, Crap, it's gonna be a wireless using Bluetooth.
I guess, but I mean, geez, like that to me sounds like just a bunch of hassle coupled with a burden.
Well, you say that, Crap. Meanwhile, you're getting into the lawnmower man suit to play a game of Pong.
Hey, there is one chord, and I am playing Pong, VR Pong. It's a hell of a game. I shit you not. Great. It is. It's like it's difficult, but yeah, I'm a beast.
Look,
at it.
Here's my thing with keyboard and mouse. It's the same with microtransactions. I don't care if you want to play Age of Empires on your Xbox One X and you're using your keyboard and mouse. How does that affect me in my life? It doesn't. I don't care what you're using. There's all kinds of different people. There's people using knockoff brand Xbox controllers. There's certain people using the Elite controller. Some people are using the ones that are right out of the box. Some people are using some that are missing an analog stick because they beat the crap out of their controller. Listen, a lot of different things are happening in people's homes with controllers. I don't see, out of all the things we've been upset about over the generation, this is the one thing where there's a lot of people on Twitter, they're like, oh, keep that keyboard and mouse off my Xbox. What is that? What do you mean keep it off your Xbox? You don't have to put it on your Xbox. I don't understand that. It doesn't mean it. Look at it. There's 1,000 different keyboards out there, right? Just for computer use. There's some that are split down the middle. There's some that are miniature. There's some that are this, some that are that. So it doesn't matter. So why do we care about
Fuzzy Belvedere says wireless keyboard and lap and wireless mouse on the armrest.
He knows.
Like, I mean, look, I get it. Like, to me, right. I don't know, like, I'm okay with the option. Just keep it option.
Right.
But, like, you can't have a game that just supports keyboard and mouse on a console. You know, it'd have to work with the controller, too, so. You know, but who knew so many people were RTS's fans, right? If they were, you'd figure that Halo Wars 2 would have sold.
It's the subject of today, Crap. I don't think they're RTS fans. I think it's just the subject of today.
Yeah, they don't get it, so they don't get when somebody else is playing with the ball, they want
That's correct.
Gotcha. Yeah. M&C Mornings, what the hell's going on?
Okay. Hi, Mooch and Crap and Jay. This is Jeremy from California. I just had a quick question about what's your guys' thoughts about the Xbox One X and their pre-orders, how they are now compared to how they will be next year. I mean, they're doing really well now, but do you think they'll last and they'll continue selling like they are now? And the other part of the question is, with the Digital Foundry videos going up and the comparisons showing the differences between the Xbox One X version and the PS4 Pro version and possibly PC, how much of an impact will that have on sales and people's opinions towards the Xbox brand? That's pretty much it. Thanks for taking my call.
Pretty good question. You know, like Microsoft has to do the mind share thing before they get market share. You know, once they get past that whole "oh, Xbox sucks" mentality in people's heads, they're going to be much better off. And as far as the sales thing, they're going to open up new pre-orders next month, which you could take that one way or the other. Like for me personally, it kind of kills some momentum not to have more ready to go like right now. But at the same time, I think even though we're going through a drought of exclusives right now, next year, if the ones that we foresee coming actually come out, it might be the best exclusive year ever for Xbox. Think about this, right? Sea of Thieves, so that's a new, highly anticipated IP. You have State of Decay 2. That has a potential to be a smash hit, just like the first one, but this is much better and larger scope with multiplayer co-op. Then you have Crackdown 3 with that cloud destruction. If that works like it should, that could be huge. Then if, I know you don't think it's coming, but Halo 6 and Forza Horizon 4 come out towards the end of the year, that's a fantastic year of exclusives, and you cover the gamut.
It is. And I just, like I said, refrain from the Halo 6 stuff. I think we need to see a little something out of Microsoft before that. I don't think that's going to happen. But regardless, if it does, that's just gravy on top. I thought the caller actually answered his own question. He's like, do you think that these pre-orders are going to continue to sell so great? Here's the thing. Absolutely. And let me tell you why they're going to continue to sell after the console launches. Once these things start to get into people's homes and friends see their friends, like they're like, no, I'm staying on PlayStation. Like, one of the things Tom from The Verge said was, he's like, well, if people have to start buying games all over again, that doesn't make any sense. Hear me out. Star Wars Battlefront 2, you have to go buy again this fall. Call of Duty, you have to go again and buy this fall. Destiny is the only game that you can say I had a fire team, and maybe that game, because it came out 2 months before, I do get that one. But except for the Destiny thing, everything's going to have to be repurchased as far as the game anyways for multiplayer with your friends. And when friends see the Xbox One X and how much it looks that much better, the system is really going to sell itself. Casuals, they flee and flock to better-looking graphics. That's just, it's an easy thing. They aren't reading tech papers. They're not reading what all of us are reading. They're not podcasting on it. They just know what looks better. And you know what? Frankly, that's all they have to care about.
Yeah, I agree 100%. MSC Mornings, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Mooch and Crap? This is my first time calling. Name's Colin. Phoenix, Arizona is where I'm from. And I just got one question for you guys. So when the Xbox One X releases on November 7th, I'm pretty sure it's going to be sold out everywhere. So do you guys think by Black Friday there will be enough where people can go into a store and get some more? Or do you think they'll just be sold out and you'll see PS4s just stacked up on the wall because obviously no one's buying those? But anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Have a nice day.
What was his question?
He was asking if we think that there's going to be enough Xbox One X's to go around like Black Friday and stuff. And it's hard saying.
It is tough to say now.
Yeah,
I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, they have an opportunity here to make up 3 million or more at that launch to what they're behind by Sony. But again, they've only sold 10 million Xbox One, so who knows? I mean,
it was sold 15 Xbox Ones to date.
15, so. Yeah, 15. So yeah.
Me, Jay, and Crap have 8 of them. So.
Yes, but hopefully they have enough, because it'd be a real missed opportunity if they don't. Don't do the well. So Nintendo's in a real bad situation because they're constrained by their supplier. So Microsoft hopefully learns the lessons from that and actually has these things ready to go. Because I think when people look at how people are reacting to a 2-year-old game like Rise of the Tomb Raider, the difference, right?
Right.
Imagine when the difference is better than that because it's a game that's built new. Imagine what Call of Duty is going to look like, or Battlefront 2. Look, Battlefront 2 Only runs 1080p 60 FPS on the Pro, and it still had frame rate drops.
That's surprising.
Yeah. So imagine that running even 1800 checkerboard on the Xbox One X, right? It's going to look so much better with those details and things like that. So to me, it would be a missed opportunity if Microsoft didn't have that ready to go.
Right. I think, boy, it would really be in Microsoft's best interest if they could get that Star Wars Battlefront up to 4K. Holy crap, would that be just a bombshell? I mean, like you said, I don't know. A lot of people are saying they're not sure if it can get up to that level. But if Sony's going to keep theirs at 1080p, that enables Microsoft to turn to the developers and be like, go ahead and step on the gas with this, because they're not even going into the 4K realm. We want 4K, so step on, give us the get the most juice out of this box as you can.
Developers.
That's right, Steve.
Give it to Steve. Fucking bomber.
Two of the greatest Steves that we want to come back. Both are not in charge of the companies we like.
Yes, one of them is dead.
Yeah, well, one has passed away and is in a better place. One is now in charge of the Clippers. Listen, I would love to get Bomber back.
Yeah,
I'm sure a lot of you feel that
you
way.
and me both, man. Holy crap. That would be absolutely phenomenal. Let's get to 300 likes, man. We're 20 some away.
20 some. We should take a voicemail though, Crab. We really have only done 3 voicemails.
Yeah, let's do it. Who do we got? Who do we got?
We've got Maddie Beast.
Maddie Beast. Been a while.
Yeah, it has been a minute.
Hey, MNC Mornings. It's Maddie Beast. Been a while since I've called in, and but I've been listening, and the shows have been good. I'm getting excited for the fall season, and certainly for the Xbox One X when it comes out. My big thing this week, I picked up Agents of Mayhem, and I'll tell you what, this is for you, Mooch. That game is #fun. Man, it's a good game. I'm just having a lot of fun with it. It's kind of what I'd call a guilty pleasure game. It's one of those games that didn't get great reviews. People aren't talking about it. Probably won't sell that well. But I just like it anyway. For whatever reason, it just resonates with me, and I really like it. So what I want to ask, really to all three of you, Mooch and Crap, and also to J-Dubs, is do you guys have one of those guilty pleasure games that just one that stands out? Maybe one that just it didn't get the reviews, or maybe it tanked and just didn't sell well, but for whatever reason, you still love it anyway. And I'm looking forward to hearing your responses. And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
That's a great question, Matty. Good to hear from you, buddy. I know you're always listening. He's always tweeting either during the show or after the show to us. But I don't know. Crap. His question basically is, what other game kind of went under the radar that was so damn good? I'm going to go ahead and say this one. Here's the one I'm going to say. And now I'm going to say this name of this game, and you guys are all going to be like, no, Boosh, that was popular from day one. It really wasn't. Because I remember saying to a lot of people, I'm going to play this game. And a lot of people were like, well, I'll get to it when I get to it. And now there's a little bit more hype. I'm going to say Doom. Doom came out. It got decent press. But I don't think it shot out the gate and people were playing it. It was the same way with Agents of Mayhem, right? Doom, people were writing me. They're like, what do you think? What do you think? And I was like, it's really good. It is crisp, clean, fast-paced, fun. And I haven't played a game like this, and I can't tell you how long. And that's what happens when you talk to people when they talk about Agents of Mayhem. Agents of Mayhem really is that Crackdown, the team that originally made Saints Row. They really brought that back to life. I should really let Crap talk more about it. I don't have it yet, but it is a game that I probably will be grabbing this fall, because with no Crackdown, it'll scratch that itch.
It's as Crackdown as you're going to get this year, folks.
That's correct.
Yeah, Agents of Mayhem is a lot of fun. #fun. It really is. Like, there's a lot of different characters to choose from. You can switch them out on the fly.
Right.
It's got crazy kind of like non-politically correct humor. Chicks rolling around with big tits and stuff like that. So, it's kind of up my alley. So I'm really into that game, and I think that it's hilarious. You just have a lot of fun playing it. It's got good mechanics. It's got a funny story, kind of like an '80s cartoonish kind of story. I dig it. I think it's a really fun game. But if I had to say, some of my guilty pleasure games, I think, are the Telltale games. Because like people often see me on those games, and I play them on multiple consoles too. Right. So like as soon as that Guardians of the Galaxy Episode 3 came out from Telltale Games, and I played through that. Those games are fun to me. They're
Right.
because you're gonna play them for 2 hours each episode, and it's just something different.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I think now's a great time too. I plan on wrapping up the last legacy there, whatever that is, the Lost Legacy, the Uncharted game. That'll bring me to pretty much ground zero. I'll have that and Hellblade done by tonight. At that point, I do think listen, this segment is brought to you by #mooching. If anybody looks down and says, "Hey, I got an extra Agents of Mayhem code. I think Mooch should have this." Feel free to DM me anytime or get a hold
just
of
like that.
You like that crap? That's
Yeah.
called a promo. Listen, no, I'm only kidding. It's I went and actually in the GameStop. I grabbed Madden 18. Haven't started playing it yet. Just had a wild weekend. We'll get to that later on tonight too. Because listen, here's the thing. I traded in MLB The Show crap. I got just about $20 trade in. That game was doing nothing for me. I picked up Madden. I downloaded it. It's installed. But I haven't bought a disc game in so long. So I was in GameStop and I said, "Hey guys, I'm like, Agents Mayhem hit any kind of sales yet?" The guy looks at me. He smiles. He goes, "Just wait another week or week and a half. This puppy's coming down." So there's that. But I mean, in all honesty, I'm pretty excited about the Madden thing because football season's a couple weeks away. We're about 2 weeks out, I believe. And from the Sunday, the season actually starts in a week and a half on the 7th. But it's fun. It's fun on Sunday morning to get up. We've got MNC mornings, right? But before MNC mornings, I'm going to be playing some Madden. So if anybody wants to get in and rival me, I will be.
Z. You guys should stream it.
We should do that. I'll do that.
You versus Z.
I got to practice a little bit, but
we hit 300, well over 300 now,
and we have 515 live watching.
Thank you guys, man. That's rocking out with us this morning, man.
Good
Thank you guys.
Morning, gamers.
Good morning, gamers.
We are here.
Yes. So let's get Jay up in that presentation mode.
If you're ready. We're ready
for a great top 10 that I came up with. Actually,
it was Crap's idea.
Yeah.
Hopefully you enjoy it.
Yes. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to MNC Morning's Top 10 Countdown. Today, we're counting down the top 10 gaming fake news stories this generation, and I'm going to kick it off, and it's going to be fake news all the way. Number 10, Xbox One doesn't have any games. Yes, this is a terrible fake news story. Why is it fake? Because I have damn near 500 games on my Xbox One, so that's a bunch of bullshit.
Number 9, gamers love games and games love gamers. Debunked and fake. We've had the media and the neutrals all claiming we can get along and pointing the finger at Xbox fans. Now the shoe is on the other foot, and the biased media can't hide their blind faith in Sony no more. Calling out all gaming media and quote-unquote neutrals. Fake, 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 fake.
Exactly, just like that Seinfeld episode.
Absolutely. I was trying to do it without sounding so much like fake.
Yeah. Number 8. You're forced to download 4K updates. Forced to download 4K updates with the Xbox One X. That's right. It's not something that you're, of course, going to want to do with your 4K console. Instead, Microsoft forces you to do it. Like you're violated to get these 4K updates. That's right. Fake news, people.
Number 7, pie chart phonies. Enough is enough with these information specialists that claim they know everything and once called out revert to the only defense they know. You guessed it, you're a fanboy. Don't come after me. I make charts for a living.
Z Huge, we're looking at you.
That's so great.
Stick to the pie charts, my friend. Number 6, you need a 4K TV for the Xbox One X. Clearly, this is what a lot of people say. I don't even have a 4K TV. What? That's fake news, my friends. You don't need a 4K TV because everything super samples for you on the Xbox One X, meaning you get a better graphics and better pictures even without a 4K TV.
So
Mind blown.
So true.
Yes.
Number 5, IGN is the latest to show their true colors. Even after they questioned Microsoft and the capabilities of the Xbox One X, they now damage another angle of Microsoft's new power box. It's not believing in 4K games are on the way. It's about how a $500 4K TV isn't in your means. Who the hell is the gaming media to tell you what you can and can't afford? They've become opinionists, the farthest thing from journalists.
That's right.
Fake news.
Fake news, my friends. Fake news. Look out. Number 4, nobody wants backwards compatibility. Yes, this is completely fake news. While it may not be something everybody uses, I think it's something we can all agree on, that we would like the option to be able to do backwards compatibility. So, yes, any kind of news story saying nobody wants this is clearly full of shit and fake news.
So true. Number 3, pictures are shown of media rubbing elbows with the likes of Yoshida and Sony staff on many media outlets. Sony TVs just happen to be on the set of Up at Noon and most other IGN broadcasts. Sony sent the entire IGN staff PS4s at the launch in 2013. The media is human. They can be persuaded, and fake news emerged. This is where it all came from, folks. Everything trickles downhill. This is what it is. And now this is the result. It's fake news being bought out, money runs downhill, and this is what you get daily.
Exactly, more fake news. Number 2, the Xbox One has only sold 18 million consoles, and every time an Xbox One sells, an angel loses its wings. Yes, that's fake news, my friends. Xbox One is clearly well over 30 million sold, and it's only going to get better from here on out with the Xbox One X coming.
So true, crap. And number 1, the gaming media made their claim that for the same amount of money, the more powerful box was the more sensible buy. Now with Xbox taking the power crown, the media all of a sudden has a different tune to sing. They don't see the value, and they don't understand why the consumer wanted the X. The Xbox One X, the Mooch, the Crap Gamer, MNC Mornings, and all the other vocal gamers on YouTube and Twitter are built from what is the fake news, the dying gaming media. And it's on Microsoft and their executives to stop rubbing elbows with them and start to reach out to YouTubers and people on Twitter that appreciate and discuss their brand without bias. We're all human and all carry some bias. But when it's as clear as the attack the media has given us all generation, the Xbox executives need to cut them off and look to a new form of news in gaming. Thank you, everybody. That's why we're here. That's the fake news. This isn't.
Exactly. And that's our top 10 countdown this week. If you guys have an idea, go ahead and send it to J-Dubs, and he'll be sure to pass that along to us. And we'll catch you guys next time on MNC Mornings Top 10 Countdown.
Megaton!
Starscream made an appearance.
Always. Nice to sneak his head in there whenever he gets a chance.
Good job putting that together, Jay. I like the background images and stuff. You used one of my thumbnails too with the panic button.
So it was great. Somebody in the chat just said, I just canceled my Scorpio pre-order. Great. I just bought yours.
Yeah.
So, thanks. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, good job, Jay.
Awesome.
Thanks for that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I had fun with that. I don't know.
Awesome.
You never know what to expect, man. You know what I mean? Like, people, sometimes they like stuff, sometimes they don't.
No, thank you. That top 10 really hits home, especially for me. A lot of us, listen, all of us, let me explain it to you a little bit more, folks. You've got a lot of people like Crap Gamers channel, myself. I know Next Gen 720 for when he started it all. Like, we are all here because the gaming media is fake news. It's their agenda they're pushing on you based upon all kinds of advertisement money that they get. There's no secret that Sony spent more money on advertising. Anytime you see anything on YouTube, it almost has a Sony commercial before it, especially if you watch even any of our videos has a Sony commercial before most of them. And that's where the money kind of trickles in. The money goes into IGN, and it just trickles down. And I got news for you. If you don't think there's somebody high up in production that says, hey, don't forget, Sony they've been paying our bills here for like 2 years now. That's where the money is, and that's where the decision is. We're all biased. But the thing is it can be done a little bit more tastefully and not just a direct attack on Xbox all the time. That's what I ask for, is to be fair at least.
Yeah, nobody wants to see the constant just hate on everything, especially when you see that Sony and Nintendo just get a free pass on everything, and that's something that bugs the hell out of me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Switch fan, but Switch came out with nothing really. Crap.
Yeah, and there's still nothing on it. It's got 2 Wii U ports and ARMS and Splatoon game. You know what I mean? And it has no third-party support. Nobody's saying anything about that.
Right.
That voice chat on that is like, it's worse than then it's worse than an '80s movie trying to show you what VR is going to be like. You know, it's horrible. Darth Vader has less wires hooked up to him than that. You know, it's incredibly stupid. MNC Mornings, what's going on?
Hey now,
how can we?
Good morning, Mooch and Crap. This is Sir X, man. I had a quick question. I was pondering. What do you guys think about the support player? You know, the guy that does the grunt work to help the team. He doesn't get all the kills, but he does what the team needs to get the win. I go into that category where I get a few kills, but I do all the little bitty things that help the team win. A lot of times those guys don't get the respect when their kills aren't on the leaderboard like on Battlefield. But the little grunt work, some things that you do sometimes put you at the top of the leaderboard because it's based on the things that you do. That's my question just for the week. I've been pondering that for a while and was just curious on what your opinion on that is. Crap, I think you'd be a great support player. I know you get your kills, but you got that little command and conquer kind of person in you. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.
I am actually more of a support player in Call of Duty because I play a lot of domination on Call of Duty, and I'm always one that tries to get the bases and stuff like that. So that's sort of my thing.
Yeah.
It's always like, hey, crap, get a base. That's why I always have smoke, like grenades. You know, that's like I pop the smoke and then take the bases. I like back when Call of Duty 4 was originally out, and we were doing game battles and really ranked high and stuff like that. I had ways of catching bases, like all the little intricate, you know, spots where you could catch bases where people couldn't kill you and stuff like that. So that was really kind of my forte. I never really was one that got a lot of kills and stuff. I was really, really more of support in terms of that. So
But he makes a good
I'm all
point,
for
though,
it,
Crap.
yeah.
That's actually something that's not discussed. I like there's certain games where if you're doing the support, you get actually recognition for it in the points in the leaderboard. But a lot of games don't do that. And a lot of the way I can actually give you a good analogy here is a lot of times we'll play like we'll go out golfing. We play a 4-person scramble, and my drive is decent, but I'm really, really good at the long distance putt and like short game, right? So like you have to understand the person that does the chip and a putt is what finals the deal. But what does everybody look at in golf? The drive. People want to see a 300-yard drive.
Yeah,
and it's
like Happy Gilmore.
Right. Everybody wants to do Happy Gilmore. Like, how did Happy do? Oh, he came in dead last. Right. So, thank you. Girl night. Forget to tip your waitress. But realistically, I agree with you, X-Man. What he says is like I'm the guy who closes it down. Sometimes the closer doesn't get it all the time. We used to play this game all the time. You guys know it's the bar game. We used to play cricket or whatever it is in the bars, with darts. And like at the end, I would always hit the 3 bulls. And they're like, damn, you weren't here for the whole thing. And you come in at the end and hit 3 bulls and knock it out. And I'm like, listen, even in football, the kicker gets a ring too. You know what I mean? Everybody gets a ring. So I agree with you, X-Man. Sometimes it's always the guy who gets the most kills in these multiplayer games that gets all the recognition on the leaderboard. But a lot of the people who do the assisting and set the setup so that maybe you're setting something up in Call of Duty crap where you're leading everybody to one area and then all of a sudden you mow them all down. You're getting all the credit and everybody who made the pathway gets 0 credit. So hey, man, it is what it is. There's certain games that recognize that, and there's other games that don't. I think that if you play games like Domination, you'll see that you'll get a little bit more credit for taking over zones and doing things that,
Well, it's funny because at the end of the games, you see Hellhammer will have 0 bases captured, and you're like, how the hell did you not even get the base you start out at? You know, like, so, like, there's always those types of players that go for kills, and then there's the type that go for, like, the objectives and stuff like that. So
James Canham in the chat crap goes, Mooch, where the hell do you golf in New York? I mean, listen, New York is not Iceland. We have decent weather here all the way till, like, around Halloween. God, we golf all the way until, like, October. There's a lot of places. Actually, the PGA Tour, I believe, Beth Page is down in Long Island. It's one of the PGA stops. The U.S. Open was there many years back, maybe 5-6 years back. There's a lot of places to golf in New York. New York's not a frozen tundra. So
it's a wasteland, Mooch.
It's just not as hot and awesome as Cali, but I mean, it's we get our 4 seasons here.
Hot and awesome, huh?
Hot and awesome.
Plus, you guys don't wear flip flops to cover your big toe. So
no, we don't. We wear either a full shoe that covers the entire foot, or we actually expose all 5 toes, like it was originally mentioned early in biblical writing. I don't know.
Exactly.
We're old-fashioned here in New York.
J-Dubs, who do we got on deck?
We've got a new caller. Maybe he called once before, Gaming Forte. Do you guys remember his name?
Sounds familiar, maybe. I don't know.
He may be new. I can't remember. Sorry.
What up, Mooch? What up, Crap? It's your boy, Gaming Forte. I wanted to ask you guys a quick question about Microsoft's strategy going into 2018. With the Xbox One X releasing this year, we already know Crackdown 3, State of Decay 2, Sea of Thieves, maybe Halo 6, and we know we're going to get another Forza, so probably Forza Horizon 4 is going to be in 2018, which gives them a really strong lineup for the year. My question ultimately comes down to what is going to be the next big thing. We already talked about PUBG probably being something that they could go after and make exclusively to their system. And yes, that will probably be a really good thing for them to do. It will be a system seller, but I just think at this point that's something that everybody expects them to do because we all been talking about it. I want to know what they can do to like make a major splash. What is something they can do to like turn heads to get everybody super excited in this system once again, because they can't just grow developers on a tree, and I think that's something that a lot of people want them to do. They want to see more new exciting IPs from Microsoft. But what can they do in the short time? I hear Game Pass being thrown around, being part of the system that they can give away with it. I'm also hearing that Recore could probably be something that they may give away with it, which I think those are all valid arguments. I don't think that's enough. And ultimately, I don't have the answer to the question that I'm even asking you guys. This is something that I'm just trying to throw out to you and throw out to all the people in your fan base that can actually answer this question so we can get that conversation started. What do you think Microsoft can do going forward? All right, guys, thanks for listening. Make sure you guys have a great weekend. Jay, make sure you stay out of trouble while you're on vacation, brother, and I will talk to you guys later. Make sure y'all follow me on Twitter because I do support MNC Mornings on Patreon. I definitely want to see those invites coming out very soon, guys. Y'all have a good weekend. Peace.
Nice. Great call. Very clear. Awesome.
Is that still another call from last week that we didn't get to? Man, we are really...
I think that was the last of the last week ones.
We know what we'll do. We'll go. We've done enough Mooch and Crap commentating. We'll hit a lot of voicemails right now. But to answer his question, Crap, I want to say it real quick and easy. Left 4 Dead 3. That's how you do it. You do a third-party deal exclusive with Xbox, because that one's already been exclusive with Xbox and PC. You do a game like that, you revitalize the name and the brand.
Let me think. What do I think? I think that they could make Titanfall 3 exclusive,
That would be good, but they'd have to buy something. Crap. They'd have to actually buy Respawn or buy the IP from them.
Yeah,
they'd have to.
Yeah, it's hard saying. Like for me, I'm with you. The problem is whenever they have some kind of third-party deal, they get hounded to death and people just think that it's going to come to PS4 anyway. Like Xbox is the only ones where a game that's third party that a lot of people want, but people will just be like, I'll just wait. Well, it's not going to come out for 5 years. I'll just wait. No biggie. You know what I mean? Where Xbox dudes, they'll get a PS4 or whatever, Like, I've never seen anything like it, though. The way that people go out of their way to avoid getting an Xbox astounds me. It blows my mind.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I've been on PS4 for the greater part of the past week and a half, which I never do for that long of a stretch. As 2 games came out, I've been kind of nibbling away at them. And, man, every time I'm on the PS4, I'm like, I actually switch that off the minute I'm done and just kick Xbox on for the media, just to see what's going on, see if anyone's playing anything, hit some messages up. Like, I don't know, for some reason, man, Xbox feels like home, and PlayStation just feels like you're on that vacation that you got dragged onto. Not that it's a bad time that you're there, but you're just not comfortable. You want to go home, and home is Xbox. I don't know. That's just me. It's a gut feeling.
No, I do it too. Like, I can't play PlayStation for extended periods of time.
Right.
It's that's just how it is. Like, I just can't do it. It doesn't feel like you said. It doesn't feel like home. So,
doesn't.
It doesn't.
Let's take another call, Crap.
Yeah, we should. We should try to
85 new calls.
Try to jump into some of these. Hey, any that we don't get, we've got to do a Patreon podcast this week anyway.
Yes, we will. That's right.
Definitely. We have Raphael again.
The Ninja Turtle.
The non-Ninja Turtle.
Oh yeah. Damn it.
Hey, Mooch, Crap, J-Dubs. Good morning. It's Raphael again, leaving you another message. Hopefully I'll be able to listen to it, because Sunday I should get on a plane and go to Italy to see my parents. But anyway, first off, to you, Crap, don't start watching Game of Thrones. You're right. It's a snooze fest. It's totally overrated. Secondly, my question. Do you think that the disconnect that we're seeing in the Microsoft higher-ups, especially people like Shannon Loftus, is because they're actually not gamers? Most of them got there because they went to business schools and they know how to look at a spreadsheet and to look at some numbers, but they're not really in touch with the audience because they're not part of the audience. It's like trying to make a game using the latest reports from like focus meetings, you end up making the crappiest, most generic games ever, and they are making the crappiest decision ever when it comes to actually first-party titles. That's my questions. What do you guys think about it? And don't be afraid to say she needs to be fired. When you're not performing in your job, when you're not doing something right, I myself working in my field, if I wasn't performing right, I'll be let go. It's how it works. Don't be afraid of saying it. It's how people get motivated. If you don't do your job right, you get let go. Period. Enough with the fucking kumbaya crap.
Yeah.
Let's see what you think.
Good. I think that's a damn good voicemail. I wish we had a clip of somebody going, "You're fired." Like I know Vince McMahon has a good one. Yeah. That would be a good one because I think she should be gone, and he's right. A lot of these people are there specifically because they're business people and not really gamers. Phil, thankfully, is a gamer. I would think that that comes across as incredibly fake. Like Sean Layden. That guy's like the fakest motherfucker you ever seen. Like, he's not a gamer. At least Yoshida is a gamer, you know. But Sean Layden, that guy's not a gamer. Get out of here. That guy probably has his last game system he bought was an Atari or something, you know.
Yeah.
Like that guy doesn't have any fucking video gaming experience. Like get rid of the people that don't know anything about gaming. And bring in people, especially that position. If you're ahead of first party,
exactly,
know your shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. There's look at people that are NBA coaches or NFL coaches. A lot of them have either played the game or been coaching for years, right? And then you have I think if we put Shannon on a couch and she was playing a game, you put a controller in her hand, she would look like you just stuck her into like NASA controls. She'd have no idea what to do. I don't really think she. I don't know. For some reason, she just doesn't look like someone. Yes, she knows how to play certain games. I mean, she can play like Peggle too. But I don't think she really gets into like a lot of the hardcore games. And that's the thing, like you said, only that position. It's not just Shannon. Like, see, for example, I don't know how much like video games Aaron Greenberg actually plays. I don't think Aaron plays a lot of games either.
Probably doesn't play a lot.
Right? But Aaron's in marketing. He's in marketing. He needs to take something and make something look better on paper or better on
At least
TV.
he seems like he's got some balls behind him. You know what I mean?
Like Shannon doesn't look like she's in charge of games. In order to be in charge of games, you have to. That's like an offensive coordinator in football being like, I'm not really sure. I never really played this. You can't do that. You have to really know the system.
Yeah.
And that's my concern. That's where I'm sitting for. I think she's probably better suited in another role. And I would love it if we could ever get Phil back in his position as in charge of first party, and maybe Ibarra was more of the actual head of Xbox, because I like that combination. I think they both work very well off each other. Mike's a little bit more corporate, and he's a little bit more straightforward, and that's where you need to be as the Xbox president. And then let Phil get back to his creative genius and what he loves to do and getting his hands on the games at first party.
MNC Mornings, where Mooch rants 24/7. What's up?
Yes, just put your quarter in the machine.
Yes.
Hey, what's going on, Mooch? Crap, J-Dub.
What?
He's on a boat somewhere or something. I don't know. He's fading. He's gone.
And he's gone.
He's gone. Yes.
That would have been great if we had
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, now we can.
Yes. Tell him yes, J-Dub. Tell him to talk.
Yes. All right. So my question for you guys is, we are hearing a lot of stuff about Xbox in the media, and a lot of downplaying and everything, especially about the first party exclusives. And when I look into things, and when I really just take the time to sit back and really look at how Xbox is laying everything out, would you guys not agree that Jurassic Park game came out nobody really knew about that game? My question for you guys is, do you guys believe that there are a lot more first-party titles like this one that Microsoft just has not said anything about? And if you guys do believe that, why is that not being covered in the media? Why is that not being covered by, even a lot of YouTubers that I personally watch? But anyway, guys, thanks for the call. Thanks. This is my first time calling in. I love you guys' show. I watch it every Sunday. I even watch the one on Saturday. You guys are awesome. Both of you guys rock, but I have to say I am a crapaholic.
Yeah! There it is.
But you guys take care.
They do exist. They do exist.
do.
Listen, and he spoke relatively quick, which is amazing for a crapaholic. But listen, Crap, I didn't. Here's the problem. I heard everything he said, everything except for the part where he ducked out and he had the actual question was, is it if Microsoft has games that we don't know about? Because he was saying like that Jurassic Park game came out of nowhere. So if that came out of nowhere,
that's not even an exclusive though. I don't think. I think that's
it's not.
multiplat. So
it's a multiplat. But I think he was saying like, does Microsoft maybe have something under their,
They do. They sign deals. I mean, Phil said that they sign deals, and so, but they don't want to talk about them too early. Like to me, I would think that you would want to talk about, do what Nintendo or Sony does once in a while. Put a little cue card out there saying in production, and then watch people slap their fins together, and to me, I don't know. Like, there's got to be a better in between. Like, showing games 4 years out, bad. Showing games a year and a half, 2 years out, okay. I don't have any problem with that. Sony.
Why not? You don't have to give a release date. Crap. They could show like something, right? And they can just be like, coming soon or not even a date.
But you got to have something. Like, this would be a good plan to go by. You got to have something to show before you can show it, right? That should be a good plan of action, because when they showed Crackdown 3, when they announced that was just a CGI thing, right? Same thing with Phantom Dust. So they literally had nothing to show at that point. So once you actually have something to show, then show it. Like, Sony had no business showing The Last of Us 2. They showed a little CGI trailer. That game's probably not till 2019, 2020.
That's it.
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding's got 2021 written all over it.
Yeah, there is no way those games
I
are
actually
coming out
follow
anytime
Kojima
soon.
on Twitter. He's taking pictures and traveling all over the world. He's not working on Death Stranding. If he is, he's putting like a half an hour a week into it.
Exactly. So to me, that's too far in advance. But if you're a year and a half to 2 years out, go ahead and announce something. Give people a reason to be excited.
Well, listen, you know what it is? Kojima's become the J.J. Abrams, of video games. Listen,
He's a producer.
But hear me out though. J.J. My analogy will take place in a second. J.J. Abrams is now a part of every slogan, by the creators and the new producer, J.J. Abrams. J.J. He was actually on Stern, and Stern actually asked him. He said, "Hey," he goes, how is it that you're doing this movie, but you're also looking over and producing this movie on TV? He's like, it's because I actually am not at the TV studio. He's like, well, then how can your name be on it? He's like, listen, here's the way it works. They send me the script, I read it, I give my input, and then I'll get clips and scenes, and I'll see what's going on. He says it's my responsibility, but he's like, I'm on set over here working on this movie. And he's like, he goes, because I seen your name on 3 or 4 different things. And he goes, I know you can't do them all at once. They're all over the world. So that's the same thing here with Kojima. Kojima probably sat down with Sony and said, listen, I'm no longer the person that's going to sit in a studio and work 24/7 until this game is done. I need 5-6 years, and you're going to get a great game when I'm done with it. But, the Kojima Productions is all over the place now. We're doing a lot of different things. Yeah. And I just don't think he's that guy now where he just clocks in at 7 a.m. and leaves at 7 p.m. He's looking over things. He's seeing people that he's hired and put in place, and it all falls under the Kojima name. That means he looks at it, he reviews it, he probably has some input, but he's not sitting there doing the hardcore coding and drawing and the artwork like he used to do.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, you pretty much hit over. There's no point in me really going
Sorry
on.
about that.
No, it's all good.
Lots of coffee.
Who do we got up next? J-Dubs. I smell a rant.
Uh-oh.
You certainly do smell a rant. We've got Luca on deck.
Luca on the second floor. Here we go.
Woo! Another day, another bullshit comment from someone in the industry. Wow, I mean, are we surprised, really? Really? Are we surprised? We're not surprised. Hey, Witchcraft J-Dubs, Luca here. Once again, we're going to talk about bias in the media. Yay! Like, Michael Pachter, sir, sweetie, I know at one point you were well respected in the industry, but let's be honest, sir, your predictions have not been the best lately. Like, your reputation has kind of been shaky, kind of just a little, just a tinge. And I I think perhaps, and I feel like I say this all the time, I think perhaps these people in the industry, these fucking devs and these journalists and these industry insiders need to be re-enrolled in a fucking college course for business goddamn 101. Like, I don't understand this shit, man. Like, I just don't get it. Like, only in the gaming industry can you see people who are actually respected, I'm using quotation marks here, and have a presence in the media and the news. Only in the gaming industry can these people just say whatever the fuck they want. Yo, get the fuck off Twitter and do your goddamn job. Maybe if you weren't on Twitter calling people Xbots, you could work on your fucking financial predictions and actually get something right for once. Michael, perhaps you should consider this, sir. Just perhaps. You know, you would expect, I mean, like, logically speaking, you would expect a bit of decorum from people who are actually working in this industry. You would expect them to have a bit of business savvy, some PR sense, and not just be saying whatever the fuck they want. You know, the media, the gaming industry, the gaming media, they can say whatever they want about fanboys and how they're always attacking them. But in reality, the media, they are the ones stroking the flames of this fucking console war. They post these things, these polarizing things, these provocative posts, these blatantly anti-Xbox posts, knowing the reaction they would get, predicting it. And then, when someone points something out, when they get backlash, they can just be, oh, these Xbox are attacking me. Oh my god, I didn't even do anything. Like, yo, knock it the fuck out. Enough. Enough. I am sick and tired of this shit. I wish I had a job where I could just post whatever fucking crazy shit and people knew where I worked and who I worked for. I wish I could do that. Like, I wish. Because, like I said, some of the things that I see these fucking devs and these fucking journalists and these fucking financial analysts say baffles me. Yo, take the money that you were gonna spend at In-N-Out Burger and fucking go enroll yourself in a goddamn community college course and learn something. You idiots. God.
Tell us how you really feel, Luca.
How can one have so much experience and yet still post dumb as fuck stuff? Someone explain this to me, please. I'll wait. Okay. Bye.
That was great.
No, well,
that was probably the best ending to any voicemail we've ever had. Ever.
You know what's funny was,
this is good.
No, yeah, she's the female mooch for sure because she just went off on a rant. Like, and I understand why, because like I said earlier in the week when I woke up and I'm looking at Twitter and I see that there's all these negative Xbox One X articles and stuff like that, and Pactor calling people Xbots. You know, that pisses me off too.
The hate's real crap, and that's deliberate.
Because look, you don't see PlayStation fans, Nintendo fans, or PC fans called anything, honestly, right? Xbox fans, we've been called a cult by the media. We've been called Xbots. You know, we get called everything, and it's perfectly fine, right? So I see a big problem with that.
There is a problem, crap, and here's the thing. This is why I call on the Xbox executives. They need to come out and stop the media from doing it. They need to say, hey, you know, calm down with that. Actually, this is it, and set them straight a lot of times. Because the problem is the Xbox executives, did you see when Phil shut down that pie chart guy?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he shut him down with one word, just no. And the credibility of that guy shot right into the basement. No one cares anymore. Now, every time he says something, they're just going to be like, it's going to be a picture of Phil's tweet. No. It's just, so my point being is that ultimately the Xbox executives need to take the back of like some of the YouTubers, or take some, you know, back up some of the people that are doing the promotion on the positive end, not necessarily just a bias in the other direction. but back up and stand up for your brand positively against like the IGNs of the world, against the Michael Pachters when they say things like that, and be like, Michael, really shouldn't. We try to like praise all consoles and this and that. You shouldn't be even naming Xbox. Like, you shouldn't say stuff like that. And this is the thing: when people get pushed to their limit, that's when you see their true colors. And Michael Pachter got pushed to his limit, and you can see that's how he feels. The media is against Xbox and Xbox fans. That's not something we're making up. You're seeing it with your own eyes. It's in print.
Yeah, you know what? It was like when Ryan McCaffrey was like, "Oh, if the Xbox fans take this $4.99 price, it just shows they've gone way too far in accepting anything that their overlords say." You know what I mean? Like that is the kind of shit that really pisses me off. So I can understand being pissed off about this. So hey, congratulations to our Pony Prize winner.
Who is it?
James. Who was it? James.
176.
James 176. Nice. And James called in earlier too. Was calling.
Good,
so that's cool.
Yeah, good call in there as well. So
awesome. we have voicemails, crap, but I do have to share a mooching story. We can wait till the end, but I do have a big mooching story to talk. Remember, I told you I was going to wait till MNC mornings. It's our buddy Boom. It involves Boomer. So,
okay. No, go ahead. Get it out because we aren't going to get through all.
We're not going to get through them all anyway. Big mooching story. So Crap was a part of the original tweet, but I don't know if you remember this, Crap, because you were there. Boom was supposed to be getting what is it there? Elite Controller, Gears of War 4, digitally etched. He paid for the big boy. Something had happened where his had broken, and he was supposed to get a replacement. So we were all talking on Twitter. Crap, let me know if this rings a bell. And I just wrote out, I said, hey, in case for some reason they send two, #mooching, I could use an Elite Controller because one of mine busted. So anyways, long story longer. Something happened where I'm not going to get into the exact specifics, but something happened where they didn't ship him the right controller. They sent them a regular Elite Controller. They didn't send him the other one. Really cool on Aaron Greenberg's part. Aaron Greenberg got a hold of Boom because he just tweeted it out. A few people, I know South got involved. I know Tim Dog did. And Aaron ended up getting a hold of Boom personally, taking care of it. And they're like, by the way, you just keep that other one. It was amazing. It was an awesome thing by Microsoft to do. They made an oops. They got him his Gears of War 4 laser etched Elite Controller. And your boy, the Mooch, he says to me, you know what, Mooch? You claimed it first. You get it. He sent it to me. It is fantastic. I have an Elite Controller. That is #mooching, folks.
Jesus.
But listen, that's like playing the lotto, Crap. I threw that out there. I said, if you get an extra one, can I have it? He wrote it. That's never going to happen. But if I get an extra one, you can have it. I'm like, there is no way that can have happened. Boom. Thank you. Special shout out.
Nobody can mooch like Mooch, man. That is crazy.
Listen, I've been doing this for a very long time. I should do seminars. I'm like a Jedi. I just don't wear a robe.
You're like, hey, if you got anybody listening, if you got any stuff that you don't want, Crap will mooch it from you. I'm just letting you know. But Crap can always use
listen, huge.
Extra stuff.
I do pay tribute though. I don't mooch. Listen, a mooch is just an IOU. Okay, it's all it really is.
Yeah, that's true.
Where credit's due. All right. So shout out to Boom.
I put out a mooching tweet the other day. I said, I'm from the East Coast of Canada. We don't get PAX. We don't get Gamescom. We don't get shit on the East Coast of Canada. So anyone has extra swag, send it my way. Because
that's right. I saw you doing that. You even threw a #mooching on that tweet, Jay.
That's right.
Did you get anything, J-Dubs?
Not yet, but
he's expecting it any minute now.
It takes forever to get anything shipped to Canada, remember?
Yeah,
it really is, isn't it, Jay? It's tough to get stuff shipped over there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to Boomer. Boom, great to have you as the new addition to Crossfire. We look forward to it. In your, he's been a vocal leader in the Xbox community as of late too. So it's very cool to have him. Thank you, Boom. We should probably do another voicemail though, Crap. Right?
Yeah.
Sure. We've got someone who's called once before, Hobo Scratch.
Hobo Scratch. Nice.
Yo, Mooch and Crap, what's going on? This is Hobo Scratch. Just had a question for Crap, man. Right before E3, I remember you had mentioned that there was either a rumor or a possible leak about a new Ninja Gaiden for the Xbox One, or maybe a HD remaster of Ninja Gaiden 2. I just want to know if you heard anything else about that, because that's like one of my favorite franchises, so I would love to see a brand new Ninja Gaiden game. Pretty much that was the only question I had, man. Keep up the good work, guys. Love the show. I'll let you later. Peace.
the Ninja Gaiden thing was a rumor, and Phil Spencer at one point had replied on Twitter that he saw the tweets about people wanting a new one. But the problem is the guy that made the first couple that were really good for the Xbox, he's not part of Team Ninja anymore, and the third one was just trash. So, I mean, at this point, who would make it unless, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you'd have to get a really good team to make it. I don't know, like, there's always those rumors out there still, but I don't even know who the hell, who would even make it. You know what I'm saying? So, wow, we're still getting calls, man. I
It's
would
a
have thought we would have
call, so
closed them down a little bit, but
Well, let's
yeah.
take the call.
Yeah, M&C Mornings, what's up?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Dirt Griggity here.
Diggity.
Hey, man, I want to say thank you guys for being two regular dudes. But in the Xbox community, you know, you guys are like celebrities. And Crap, thanks for responding to my messages on Twitter. I truly appreciate it, man, because you always respond, no matter what question I ask. I just wanted to say congratulations to the Xbox fans that remain loyal throughout this whole generation. There are some that left at the start of the generation. There are some that left during the generation. Hell, even Zaire kind of had me a little scared that he was about to leave for like the last couple of weeks. But, you know, he's back now anyway. I want to say that what does Sony have right now that the Xbox doesn't? I can't think of that many advantages Sony have right now besides sales. Okay, we have sales. Naughty Dog, because Naughty Dog is the best developer. And what, single-player story-driven games? That's the only things I can think of. If there's anything else, ponies, let me know. We have the best platform, period. Crap, you put up a GIF like the other day on Twitter said, you chose wrong. Damn it, you idiots chose wrong. For those guys that was 360 fans that decided to leave, you chose wrong. I know it took a while for you guys to realize that, but hey, it's here now. Xbox is the best. I can't wait for the X to come out. I can't wait. Fellas, thank you for doing what you do, and I'm out of here. Peace and love.
That was
No problem.
Thanks, Diggity, man. Honestly,
he chose poorly.
Poorly. Yeah, no, listen, Diggity's been with us since week 1, Crap, on this show. One of the first call-ins, one of the first voicemails. Thanks, Diggity, for all that you do,
And he's a
man.
Patreon supporter, too.
Yes, he is. Yes, he
Yeah.
is.
Which
True
we'll
supporter.
have something. We're definitely going to do something this week. We were planning to do it last week, but Jay was on a vacation.
vacation.
Man, it takes more vacations than the president.
Oh! Hey!
That is not fair. I need vacation. I need my time, man. You guys have me run off my feet.
Jay's fingers are exhausted, damn it.
He puts in all that time, man. Like, yeah, man, he's got to do this and that and the other thing. And, yeah, so we'll have.
Okay, people don't realize this. I've got a full-time job, so I work full-time. Plus, I've got my freelance stuff that I do on the side. Plus, I've got all your stuff I got to do. You know, I don't have a lot of free time to sit down and just drink a beer. So,
or 10 beer.
Or 10.
Yeah, 10
Right.
beer.
10 beer.
Scott! Jay! I knew that was coming. I knew it. Let's go ahead and get maybe a couple more we can get in. Who do we got on deck?
We have Flemish Boy.
Okay.
Hi, Crab Gamer, Mooch, and J-Dub. It's Flemish Boy again. I'm going a little bit on a rant here. There are a lot of podcasts that I listen to, also yours, of course, and RDX, and a lot of others. And most people don't know what they're talking about with the One X. They always say they have no games, so why am I buying the X? It's like they're so biased. It's full of shit. Yeah. So and most people listen to it and they're like, oh yeah, it's I don't need to buy it, or oh, you're full of shit itself. And yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I do believe that the X is going to blow people's minds. It's not because it has no games now that it's going to have no games later. Because first they have to go to the infrastructure that's have been done by Phil. Then they have the hardware now, so the games will come. So Microsoft is like, open the gates and let the games come to me. So yeah, now you see already they have 2,500 developers, studios with dev kits that they given. They pumped $1 billion in to first party games. So yeah, the games will come, trust me. And next year looking so good with all those games like Crackdown, State of Decay 2, yeah, and all the other stuff. So yeah, what's your take on this, guys? And yeah, mucho president. I'm actually crapaholic and a muchaholic and a JW. I like you very much. Okay, bye guys.
He's a JW.
He's a JW. Listen, he makes a great point. I said this. He's right. The console is now out. The Xbox, well, it will be out soon. The Xbox One X. When that comes out, the game makers, the developers, will make the games for the box. He's kind of. I know the JW gets me every time. See, I am a crapaholic.
Hey, moochaholic. So he doesn't. They're not really a mooch maniac since they don't know.
It's funny. How do you take that though, Crap? He said moochaholic, which is incorrect, but he did say mooch for president, which is
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. It's tough. It's
so
tough.
anyways, no, I think he's right though. The box itself, the X is going to speak for itself. The developers are going to find that it's easier to program for. It's going to become the go-to console for the next 2-3 years. And listen, let me tell you something. The reason that I kind of say that and kind of step back a minute and you have to ponder that thought is Xbox had better be on top of their game. Phil, Mike, I'm talking to you guys. Make sure when PS5 launches, you need to have, we're going to call it the Xbox 2, whatever they're going to call it, that needs to come out. That needs to come out day and date with PS5. Okay, it really does need to. Because I think Hellhammer made the greatest point many Xbox nations ago, Crap, when he said Microsoft can't let the next generation begin and be like, oh, we'll be there in 10 months with a strong, it doesn't matter. They need to go right away. So this X might only have a 2-year lifespan, maybe 3 at most. Because I really do see the PS5s coming around fall 2020. That's my personal opinion. I have no idea. Just throwing that out there. So Microsoft has to be ready in 3 years to launch their next console, and I think I think they're ready because Phil said last year that the successor to Scorpio is already being worked on.
It is. You know, I just think what they have to do is they have to keep. I don't know if they're going to release day and date with the PS5. I don't know if that's possible, but there's probably going to be a time frame.
A small gap is acceptable, Crap, but not 12 months.
Yeah, I mean, it might not. It's hard saying, you know what I mean? Because if you're going to be more powerful than what Sony comes out with, you might need that year wait, kind of like what they did with Scorpio.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like if they're just going to match them, then what's it matter? You know, maybe they do want to match them and just kick off because it depends on how Microsoft realistically doesn't do the generation thing anymore. They're just playing by their own rules.
That's right.
So I mean, it is hard saying what's going to happen in the future. So I'm very interesting to see kind of what's going on and how they're going to handle these things going forward. Definitely for sure. So yeah.
We got another voicemail, Jay. Try and get a couple more in.
So how many more do you guys want to do? We do have some of our premiere voicemails still in the wait. But
okay, well,
if you guys want to close early, then we can hold them off until the M&C evenings.
Let's do 2 more, and then we'll bolt.
Right. I think that sounds fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Space Cat.
Okay. Okay.
Always great from Space Cat.
Hey, what's up, Mooch and Crap? I was just wondering, what do you guys think about the new game Biomutant? It's made by the Just Cause developers. Do you think it will be any good? Okay.
It looks interesting. You know what I mean? Like,
it does.
I think the fact that they waited to unveil that at Gamescom is good because there's not like a ton of new game announcements.
Right.
So it has the spotlight, and it looks interesting enough and different enough to where it could actually gravitate some people to kind of be excited about it. So to me, it looks awesome.
And I'm wondering now, I saw it, but I don't remember much. It reminds me of you being like just the raccoon character from, what is it called there? Volume 2 or whatever they came out with.
Oh, Guardians of the
Guardians of the
Galaxy.
Galaxy. It looks like you're
Yeah.
that guy running around with like this crazy machine gun. I think it's neat. My only concern, though, and I'm glad Space Cat brought it up, is it's by the people who made the infamously known Just Cause 3, the dumpster fire game of the year. So I'm a little concerned. I hope that they chill it down. Bring it back a little, folks. Bring it back. Easy with this open world stuff. You can make an open world game that's not just a mess.
Yeah, you know what's funny to me was like that reminds me of again going back to this Uncharted Lost Legacy. I thought that was a mistake the way they did that, where you got to go. I don't know how far you are, but it's like so you get this map and then you got to go to these different points or whatever. Like to me, the way they did that was just to help kill time in the game. Right? Like where in previous Uncharted they would probably just fast forward to the part where you're there where you need to be or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like I spent a lot of time just kind of driving around trying to find these places, and so open world doesn't work for everything. Like I hate a lot of open world games like Grand Theft Auto, right?
Yeah.
Too open world. I know that's like sounds crazy, but that is way too open world for me.
It is.
I just can't get into it.
Even with the warping that they had, I believe I haven't played Grand Theft Auto Online. It's got to be almost 2 years. Holy crap, I can't really remember. But even when your friend was like, "I'm on the way," it took him forever to get to where you were on the map. Like I would sit there sometimes and actually do like a side mission or something while I was waiting for that guy to get there. It was just too big. Like you don't have to understand that it's great to make these open and vast worlds, but when you just make them big just for the sake of them being big, it takes away from it. It has to have substance. It has to have meaning. I'd rather you had a tight-knit world that was more cohesive with what the story brings and what the actual missions are than just vast nothing.
Yeah,
so,
I agree. You know what? It's like I was a big what the hell is that damn game? Kojima made it. Metal Gear,
Metal
right?
Gear, yeah.
Like Metal Gear is some of my best experiences. Metal Gear Solid on the PS1,
yes,
was like the first game that I like pulled an all-nighter with buddies. You know what I mean? Like where we took turns just playing through these parts, and it was like I had a good time. Metal Gear 2 was a good game as well, although I didn't like it as much. But I have, Metal Gear 3, I liked it. It was great. The 4, they kind of painted themselves in the corner with that story. 5, they make it completely open world, and it just gets boring. It takes away from the story, right? Like, I don't know, like making something open world doesn't make it great or better. So, yeah, that's just that's my point. Let's go ahead and do one more. Who do we got?
Our last voicemail.
J Dubbies.
We've got Def Jam Bam.
What's up, Mooch and Crap and Jay? How y'all doing on this Sunday morning? And everybody listening in the chat, what's good with y'all? Make sure y'all hit that one and smack that like button. These guys be putting in their hard work for us. So y'all can at least hit that like button.
Hell yeah.
Now, let's get on to Gamescom. I mean, look, what I pretty much was happy with was the finding out the pre-orders. Got to see a little bit more Cuphead gameplay. And ooh, that Cuphead girl. God damn. God bless her. She was bad. And the PUBG announcement, that was good. I mean, Microsoft needed to lock that up, like, even if it's for a year or whatever the case may be. But it's good that they got that. Do y'all think that Microsoft needed extra, like a surprise or something? Like something we didn't know about, being that the Crackdown whole debacle happened? I think they should have had something up there, like something we didn't know about. But hey, oh well, shit happens. And what else? Oh, the Minecraft and the Design Lab. I don't know why they didn't really need to have that up there for Gamescom. I mean, we done already seen that at E3, and we seen the shit last year. They didn't need to put that back on Gamescom again. And that Minecraft system should have been out last year, not this year. Kind of late, but hey, I guess options is options. Whatever's best for them. And what else? Yeah, but people were saying nobody's going to buy the X. It's too expensive. But according to the internet, that shit has been, pre-orders is just through the roof. Everybody's buying it, and that shit is getting sold out. But I thought nobody would buy this system. It's too much. Stop it. People just need to cut it out with these excuses. Talking about something that's too high. Shit, we pay fucking $500 to $600 for fucking cell phones, why wouldn't people go out and buy these games, or buy these systems? Like, they need to cut it out. But yeah, man, I'd like to hear y'all guys' thoughts on everything. And everybody in the chat, anybody listening around the whole wide world, smack that like button.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I think somewhere in Gamescom too, they should have had they should have just showed trailers of games running on the X. But I heard they was doing that behind the scenes. Why did they just do that during Gamescom? I mean, I know they can't show the games that are that Sony have marketing deals for, but they could have showed off the other games. What's your opinions on that? But until then, I'm gonna go cancel my pre-order for my X because I heard I can make a PC equivalent to a Xbox One X.
Yeah.
Peace, y'all. Let me go get my hard drives and everything. Let me go get all that. Let me go get my PC, get my rig set up. But Jay, hit the seagulls. You know what to do. And everybody smack that like button. Hit that one. I'm out.
I love it. That's fucking great.
So good. Yo, Def Jam, great. I like how the entire chat's ready for Def Jam Bam now. When Bam gets on, everybody's just hitting ones in the chat.
Yeah.
That's his sign.
So did you guys see the pictures that I posted on Twitter when I was at the Microsoft store in Boston?
I did.
And so I made sure that all the Surface tablets, or the Surface Studios, all had the MNC, the Mooch and Crap icons through the Xbox Gamer Picks on there.
That's
and
great.
Of course, sitting right next to it was the Xbox One X and the Minecraft version of the Xbox One S, and they're both beautiful. And you know what? You know how they were saying that the Xbox One X was smaller than the S?
Yes.
I can't see the size difference at all when I put them next to each other. So
well, that's still impressive.
Yeah, it may be like maybe a quarter of an inch, but it's not that much smaller. But that's still impressive. You're right. It's incredibly impressive.
I just had a brainstorm off of what Jay just said, his experience crap. Why instead of having Larry Herb show up, Major Nelson, when the Xbox One X comes out, they should have Mooch and Crap at the New York store at a booth, and we'll be handing them out to all these happy customers that are coming in for their X. I think more people would show up to see Mooch and Crap probably than even Major Nelson. Right?
Oh, absolutely, man.
Without a doubt.
There's Mooch and Crap. We just need a Pope Mobile type situation, and we're good to go.
We would need a Pope Mobile. But we know the Pope, so
yeah,
the Xbox
exactly.
Pope, we can borrow your mobile. We really appreciate that.
You guys can be up front with the microphones, and I'll be DJ Jazzy J in the background with on the turntables.
J Dubs and the JW. That's great.
Yeah, dude. You need a JW shirt immediately. Yes. I'm just saying, like people would probably buy it, like all three of them.
Yes, I agree. All three. Oh,
I'm just fucking with you, JW.
How about that? How about I make a shirt that has three names? Says Moochaholic. It says Crap. Sorry, it says Crapaholic. It says Mooch Maniac, and it says JW with check marks, with a square with a check mark next to it, and you can check off whichever one you like.
That would be great. Actually, I like that idea.
Love it.
People would definitely. I think they would buy it for sure. So.
I know I would.
What are we closing out with today?
Closing out with? Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want to do Gaff and
Let's
Sony?
Let's do that one, and then we're just gonna roll that into the outro next week, guys. It's gonna be a fantastic show. We're showing off some new stuff. I can't undersell it. It's gonna be the best thing in the history of
Make
anything.
sure you tune in next Sunday morning on Crap's channel. It is going to be the beginning of even more new shit to come on MNC Mornings. You're gonna love it.
Absolutely.
I know everyone's waiting for the Wheel of Wonder, but I'm going to give a quick explanation that I drove 8 hours yesterday from the United States to Canada, and I was exhausted when I got home, and I was lucky I got the top 10 done. So sorry, but there's no Wheel of Wonder this week, but everyone will be in the wheel next week for sure.
Yep, you'll never get forgotten. You will be in the wheel next week. We'll have a large wheel with a lot of names in it. We'll have a great giveaway. Well, Jay, you're in presentation mode, so we'll take it from there. Everybody enjoy your Sunday.
Later.
Football season's just a few weeks away. Go get Madden 18 on Xbox One.
Hell yeah.
See you soon.
Gaff and Sony, go together like neutrals and ponies. This I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. Gaff and Sony, Gaff and Sony. Says Microsoft is full of liars and phonies. Ask your local games clerk and they'll say Sony's for the players. Try to separate them. It's a collusion. Try and you will only come to this conclusion. Gaff and Sony, Gaff and Sony go together like neutrals and ponies. This I tell you, brother, you can't have one, you can't have none, you can't have one without the other.